Hello, welcome back to another episode of the Infinite Podcast. There is levels to this podcast today. We got a lot of shit. There's a lot happening in the gaming world this week. We got a lot to talk about. Some good, some bad. But Doc Dark1985, is that right? 1895, 185,
1985. 199.
2001.
1985. 1985. Yes.
There's levels to it. There's levels.
There's levels to this, Riskit. There's levels to this.
Well, welcome to the show. What the hell's going on, man? What the hell's been going on with you?
Nothing new. Everything
new.
Nothing new. Everything's the same. I mean, minor changes. Minor. Nothing big. Just,
Oh, it's minor changes, huh? What the hell is this shit?
That's AI.
That?
That's AI. That's gotta be AI. I don't know. There's no way. There's no way.
What the hell is he drinking out? You gotta explain this. You gotta explain this shit. What's going on here?
I mean, listen. The lapse of judgment, maybe. No. Riskit. Listen. I got a confession to make, okay? I don't like losing. I'm not trying to get the chat mad at me already, but I'm just saying I really don't do well with losing. Look at the controller on this cup, that's crazy?
Oh my gosh.
Well, they don't make good controllers, but they make good cups.
I'm just saying. Listen, what had happened was I didn't know, to be honest with you. When I saw, you know how they always show the pictures of Forza or other Xbox games on the PS5 covers because the PlayStation fans have been begging for Xbox games since forever, right? When I saw that picture of Gran Turismo 7 and Forza Horizon 5 together, and I realized there's only one place you could play both of them, I'm not gonna lie, that actually hurt my soul. And I'm anti-exclusives, but that actually kind of bothered me a little bit. Listen, I figured if you can't beat them, join them. But I got a lot of clarification on a whole bunch of things.
I think we call that treason.
Treason,
no,
yeah.
Holly,
It's
no,
punishable.
No.
It's punishable by expulsion.
First of all, yeah, I got a lot of clarification on a lot of things, and I'm just going to give them throughout this podcast one little bit at a time. So I'll give you an example. You ready? Now that I get to see the financial books and everything, right? And I know how to read financials now. PlayStation did not cancel 10 live service games. No, listen to me. I know how to read financials now. It was just magical. Okay? I'm telling you, okay? I can read stocks, bonds, and all that stuff. PlayStation did not cancel 10 live service games. The Xbox community got it wrong. What they did was they stopped 10 projects that they were working on and switched directions and are going to work on something else. That's not the same as canceling.
It's a good thing, right? It's a good thing now. Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah. Yes, it's good. It's good. It's good. Listen. Another false rumor out there. Herman Hulst did not get fired or demoted. The only thing that happened to him was they changed his title because it was too long for his nameplate. Okay. Then they changed him from one cubicle to another cubicle. Then they changed him from one cubicle to another cubicle. Okay. And they paid him a little bit less. But nothing has changed. It's the same. Okay. I promise you. Right.
All right, we're gonna come back to that because there's a whole lot we're gonna talk about this week. Holly, welcome back. How you been? What have you been up to? Looking absolutely fantastic. Best hairline in the business, right there. Even better than Doc's. That thing is straight, but Holly, you got it, man. How's your week been? What have you been up to?
I mean, I think I need to get Doc's address because I think he ordered something and it showed up at my door instead.
What is that?
It's a pony ring. I keep showing.
It's a pony. Where do you even get that?
Walmart.
No, that's from the PlayStation Store. Holly, be honest.
It's a front for the PlayStation Store. No, it's been a week. I am now older, probably not wiser. And what have I been doing? I played a lot of Dungeons of Hinterberg on that, silly Xbox Game Pass thing. And then
Mhm.
I
Unsustainable.
I also tried a new game on Game Pass that if you like Little Nightmares, if you like Inside, there's a new one on there called, and I think it's been out a couple of years, but it just made it into Game Pass, called Shades of Me, or Shady Part of Me. It's called Shady Part of Me. And
The
you're
free
this like
games on Game
little,
Pass.
yes, it
Yeah,
is
yeah, I see that, yeah.
fantastic.
I buy my
It's
games.
a little girl. And she doesn't like, what? You can't play it.
He said, "I
I
buy
have
my
no
game."
interest.
Yeah, yeah. He said it right before he took
Wow.
a nice sip out of his PlayStation mug.
Yes. Well, I bet that PlayStation mug lasts longer than the actual controller. The
Oh, that's pretty good. Okay. Okay. I see how it is.
Speaking as somebody who has a PS5 with many controllers that die within 2 hours, I know this. No, Shady Part of Me, really, really good. If you like Little Nightmares, it's like a light and dark thing. Everything is sort of in shades of black, gray, and white, little color here and there. But you're this little girl and her shadow, and the little girl can only walk in the darkness. She only she can't step into the light, it kills her. And her counterpart is her shadow, who can only walk in the light. And so you have to use both. You switch back and forth between the characters to advance through the levels, to like traverse puzzles. There's like boxes and stuff you have to move to create shadows or to open up the light so she can walk through. It's really, really good. I really like it. Yeah, and then I tried the 33 Immortals beta.
How'd you
Just a
like
little
that?
bit though. I haven't played too much.
70 million
I wish
consoles
Dante
sold.
was here.
70 million consoles sold.
Okay.
I'm just saying. You guys talk about
I have 3 of them. I guess that makes me sure. So yeah, 33 Immortals. I wish Dante was here. He loves Hades, like loves Hades. And 33 Immortals is basically like multiplayer Hades, but the combat's kind of clunky.
That's a lot
Yeah.
of praise if you're putting it next to Hades now. I love Hades.
Yeah, I do too. I think the combat will get better, but I've only played like half hour, 45 minutes of it, so it's hard to like give it a fair evaluation. But I really like the world and the potential of it, so we'll see.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay, yeah. Look, I played a little. That's it. That is. Look, I played a little bit of that 33 Immortals back when the last beta was, and I couldn't get into it, man. I couldn't get into it. But console sales. Let's talk about that. Umbra, how's your week been? What have you been up to? How's things? How's the fix? I missed the fix this week, man. Unfortunately, I was working flat out. I'm in the office. I can't hide anywhere now.
No, it was excellent. We actually had a really good show. I was joined by Lucius. Oh no, Lucius actually overslept. Shout out to Lucius. I was joined by my homie Crusader and Hargeet. They both jumped in. And Hargeet, by the way, Doc, is a model Xbox citizen of who you should model yourself off of, who is a loyalist to Xbox. Just want to throw that out there.
He's the problem.
Loyalty.
He's
the problem.
Loyalty is a overrated, right, Doc?
Yeah. 70 million sold. That's all I know. You guys are talking about games. I don't talk about games anymore.
What are you talking about?
Sales. We need to talk about sales.
Yeah, you getting indoctrinated over there for sure now.
You need to stop that. You need to stop
that. But no, we had a really good show this past. Yesterday, man. I always feel like it's days apart. I'm like this past whatever, and it's like it was just yesterday. But no, it was a really good show, really informational, really great conversational. I gotta get some time steps on that. But yeah, if you all get a chance, check it out on my channel. As far as what I've been doing, I've been playing through the last part of the Witcher 3's expansion, which is Blood and Wine, and Ninja Gaiden Black 2. Playing some of that, and I need to jump
That's
on
on
it.
PlayStation.
Yeah, yeah, but it's in Game Pass though. See, that PlayStation cover is real loud. Yeah. Man, that mug is something
Extra.
else. It really get all the flavor out of that mug when you drink.
It's got
from
that 3D spatial audio mug,
it. I
right?
see. Yeah. No,
That's
but yeah.
right. That's right.
But yeah, I've been playing a bunch of that. I'm going to jump on Eternal Strands soon because I'm supposed to do a review for that. Shout out to my brother KSI who gifted the link for that, the link up for that. So yeah, got to get on that. And I'm hearing kind of mixed things about it, so I don't want to judge it beforehand. But yeah,
that's on Game Pass. Why are you paying for that, man?
Oh, I didn't pay it all, but I'm saying I got the code for it.
Could never be me. Could never be me.
Yeah. Oh, now you got the brush out, huh?
Full
Don't
price.
tell me to
Pay full price.
Is the brush PlayStation branded too?
Not yet, but I'm gonna get a skin for it. No,
Yeah.
get a skin for it.
Yeah. Other than that, man, it's been a decent week just in general. But yeah, happy to have our former ally now, number counter in Doc with us tonight. Yes.
I just realized how important console sales are. They're way more important than anything else, okay?
Yeah.
And you could go ahead and play all those wonderful games via Game Pass for the low price of $20 a month. But I'm not an idiot. I'm going to pay full price for all of them.
We gotta get out. Let's get on the first topic. Obviously, first topic out of the gate: Forza going to PlayStation in the spring. I ain't clapping to this one.
Why not?
I hope Forza gives PlayStation the clap, but clapping to this. This is my take on this. We knew this is coming, right? But Doc, you were right when you said you knew this is coming. Well, this just does not feel right, man.
It hit different. It hit different.
Yeah.
When you see
it's wrong.
It's different.
And we got another topic coming up later on talking about console sale. Well, console sales actually dragged down their gaming revenue, right? So, like, what are they doing here, man? What the high value exclusives? They need to stay with Xbox. That was we're not sending everything, right? So now I'm starting to think what they're gonna do. And I really I don't. If I see Gears, man, I'm probably gonna have a fucking full public tantrum. But I think I don't think they're gonna send games like South of Midnight. I don't think they're gonna send their smaller sort of AA experience games. I don't think they're gonna send those. I think the ones that they feel like is not gonna make the bank on PlayStation, they're not gonna send. And I think they're definitely gonna send. Holly, you disagree? What are you shaking your head?
I don't know why you don't.
Holly.
Like, I don't know why this topic still keeps coming up. It's been a year of Phil saying this. Like accept and move on. Accept and move on. It's all going.
That's right.
Well, I don't know if you want to talk about the leak that came out today that Hasdor put up, which is probably totally accurate.
Halo Infinite. Let's talk about it.
Gears 1 through 3 dropping
and Halo
the full remaster on everything.
Yes,
so it's going. Everything's going. It's just, is it going to go day one, or is it going to go 3 months later, or 2 months later, or a year later? Or they're going to get their money though.
Yes. So let me ask you this, Riskit. I believe that you've been an Xbox fan way longer than I have, because I got into Xbox this generation, right?
I thought you were a PlayStation fan.
Well, not now. I am. Okay, but for me, just this generation, being a Xbox fan and playing all of those games on the Xbox Series X via Game Pass when I wasn't paying full price for games. Silly me. I got to enjoy a lot of those titles. And I'm not going to lie, when I saw Forza actually going over there, even though I've been saying they go ahead and put everything, it did feel like it felt yucky, you know? I guess that's the word I could use. So I can only imagine how some of you guys feel that have been loyal to Xbox, fighting this war for a long time, and now this is happening. Essentially, Xbox is saying, "Hey, we're okay with Sony." And because they're saying that, that's why I'm saying, okay, you're gonna say you're okay with Sony, then I'm okay with Sony. But the problem is, I don't know if this is gonna come back and bite them. And yeah, look at that. I mean, I don't know, Riskit. I don't know. I want you to really tell me how does this make you feel? It's gonna happen, brother. All of it.
It doesn't make. This is the thing. This is just gaming, right?
Hey,
We're
you
talking
said it.
about
You
this.
said. He said. That's right. That's right. He said it. He said.
Got him flabbergasted.
He got mad. He couldn't say that.
Yeah, lost for words.
Yeah, he lost
Like,
for
that's all, folks.
That's awful. I'm sorry, Miss. That's true. You went. I don't know what to do.
This is the
God
thing.
damn.
This is the thing. It's just gaming. At the end of the day, it's not going to make me go and sit in my car and cry, right? But
I get it. That's. I see what you did there. That's funny. That's
But-
funny.
this is I keep saying this, and we have these arguments back and forth, and the chat's probably going to go at me, and I'm going to keep saying this, man. Like if you're switching what you think and that you're to a narrative, like all of a sudden console sales are important, right? That's just stupid, right? So if you're switching in your narrative to exclusives aren't important, well, yes, they are, man.
I respect it about you, by the way, because you have been saying that for the longest.
Yeah, I'm not gonna change. But we see that bear out in their console sales, man. You can't tell me no one here could, or no one anywhere has been able to come up with an argument to tell me that if they had kept Forza, Gears, Fable, all these bigger titles they got coming down the pipe. I mean, even talk about Doom. Even my son, who's not really following gaming at the moment, he sort of fell off. First thing he said to me when he saw me after the Direct was, "Did you see Doom?" I said, "Did you see the Direct?" He's like, "What's the Direct?" He said, "I saw Doom." Right? That's bringing people to your console. Now, if they'd have kept that, if they'd have gone, "Nah, this one's staying on Xbox," people go, "Oh, that's only on Xbox. I better go get myself an Xbox," right? This is, you cannot argue that fact that would happen. And this is just Xbox shooting themselves in the foot with console sales. And if you're a console-only player, the last console purist, as I like to call myself, and it's probably closer to the truth, right? Then this is disappointing news, man, because we know that their focus is on PC. The focus is on where they can make their money. The focus is over on PlayStation. It's like, oh, and the reason why I say South of Midnight's not coming is because I don't think that game's is going to do a big amount of sales, right? So if you want to switch it to another game, what's another one they got that's small that's sort of coming? What's another smaller title? Well, that's third party. So let's say Avowed doesn't do so well and they haven't got a port yet, right? It doesn't do like huge, doesn't get great reviews, it's not like, lauded by the community. I don't think that'll go over. The juice needs to be worth the squeeze. So they're not going to do, everything is not going over, but that's not because they're like, oh, we're going to protect this exclusive. It's because if it costs more than they think they're going to make over on the PlayStation side, or they think they're going to make on the Nintendo side, then they won't do it.
I'm on Team Holly.
They sent Pentiment to PlayStation.
Facts.
I still don't understand
Grounded
that one.
and Hi-Fi Rush.
Shut up, Holly. Anyway.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
I still
But
didn't get
that's stupid.
That one made no sense to me.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense.
But that doesn't matter. It totally debunks what you just said. That's the point, right? Like that was their initial test, and they sent the tiniest game, and they still went, "Yep, looks good. We're good. Let's go."
Yeah,
they were just.
They sent Sea of Thieves over there, and it charted. What do you think is gonna happen when Halo Infinite goes over there? What do you think is gonna happen when Forza goes over
Gears.
there? What do you think
the Gears collection
Gears goes over there? Boy, them ponies is gonna. We paying the $70.
Listen,
easily and happily.
I like
We
how he said
paying it.
we. He said we.
We paying that money.
We about to pay up.
We
We
paying
buy
all that
our
money.
games
Yeah.
over here.
Yep.
We support the devs.
And you know they care about trophies. They support the devs. That's right. Listen, Xbox is gonna be able to make Halo Infinite and then 2 years later remaster it and resell it to them. We gonna buy it. We gonna
Yeah,
buy it.
remasters
Yeah.
real popular over there.
Yeah, they're gonna
Yeah.
You're technically
remaster,
right,
remake.
right? The
Yeah.
Halo
Am I
2
lying?
has a remake
I'm
coming
not
up.
lying.
Yeah. So yeah.
Think about it. Xbox is looking at that at our PS5. It doesn't do FPS boost or any of that stuff. So like we're gonna have remake and remaster all these games. It's gonna be a smash. The real
Mhm.
question is, if this is extremely successful, does Xbox have to make another console? That's where it gets iffy. I know they are gonna make at least one more,
They're
but
making one more.
Well, I mean, look, this is the thing.
damn, and the
I've
blue
already.
light just went up behind us when she said that. That's crazy. She timed that. Damn.
It was in sync.
Yeah.
You know, my
This
thing
is
on the whole situation is like much like you though, Doc.
Sure.
It's like, once we knew it was coming, right? Like it's no surprise, but man, it still feels like wrong
Still
seeing.
feel different.
Yeah, it feels wrong, right? It feels like hold on, that's not supposed to be like this.
Yeah.
But again, I keep telling people, and I know it's coming from a PlayStation, a PC mindset, you know. So some, you know, people might not get it. Yes, I have been awakened. But like but like it comes from this different viewpoint, and I get it from those who are just purely console gamers. But man, I'm telling you all, once you move away from just consoles, you will have an understanding of like, damn, this whole me being, you know, faithful to this one platform kind of mindset, and that's why it really hurts people because we're still that traditional mindset.
He said, He said like a child. He said, Get him, risk it.
He said, "Nuh-uh."
Listen, I was surprised.
I'm waiting for the fist to ball up.
I'm surprised how many people have PCs and have powerful PCs and still prefer to play on consoles. There's plenty of people like that.
Yeah, you got some out there.
Yeah,
you're right. I'm not one of them though. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I have all but the ass Riskit and ass Holly.
Make my eyes go cross-eyed. How many times I've heard him talk about his PC?
Wait, so out of all four of us, is Riskit the only one that believes not all games are going over still?
I don't know.
Correct.
I'm not saying I'm not saying they're doing it out of like this is a red line or they're putting a fence around anything. I just
There's
use
no
Phil
red
Spencer's words.
He said no. He said no red line.
But it's I think it's a juice squeeze sort of cost analysis sort of thing. They'll look at specific games and go, all right, this game's probably not going to do well over on that system. I mean, I don't get me wrong as well. I don't believe that we're going to put 4 games over there. We're going to learn. We didn't learn anything from Deathloop. We didn't learn anything from Ghostwire Tokyo. We're just going to put another 4.
I forgot about those.
Those were already, but those were already deals that were done before they bought them.
That's true.
Yeah, but Holly, they're going to learn from that, right? They still have all the metrics on how that's sold over there, and then when they brought it to Xbox, how it did on Xbox. So that it doesn't change the fact that whether the deals were done, that doesn't matter. They were still looking at Ghostwire Tokyo. They were still looking at Deathloop. It was probably one of the bigger reasons why they went, well, shit, they did well over there, and they didn't do so well over here. So what if we send these 4 over as well? And see what happens, and then we just Forza, and then Riskit's like, "Fuck this." I'm good.
Let me ask y'all because I was talking to the fellas earlier, and
they're gonna clip it. They're gonna clip it, Riskit.
Oh yeah, you get clipped for that.
Oh yeah,
that's gonna be paired nicely with your crying in the car video. He's lost it, guys. Look at him. Look at this bot. But what's up, Cole? What's up, Red?
He's about to bust.
He's about, oh my God, I'm about to bust. But yeah,
Wait a minute. What just happened to this podcast? Wait a minute. Holly, you said that?
Holly had a dirty mind.
Oh.
Yeah. She's always corrupting us. You would never believe it. But my thing is like, look, he still got you, even though he's off camera.
I know. Yeah.
I was going to say though, like I was talking to the fellas and I had to ask him, I said, like, what would it be? What would have been? How would you have better handled this, right? If you were Microsoft, like how would you pilot this if you were given the power of the Xbox division? And one of the
I
things
would
that
put
was
my
said
foot
was,
on PlayStation's neck and I would have squeezed. Sorry, I'm sorry.
"Oh,
I'm
yeah,
fine.
you're gonna have
Fine.
a bunch of clips tonight. Watch."
Good.
But yeah,
Good.
like one
Fine.
of the thoughts was like that they wish that Phil would have kind of ripped the Band-Aid off to begin with and not played around with the whole, well, it's only going to be 4 games thing, right? So like that's what they feel. So I kind of get that, but at the same time, I feel like if you would have told Xbox gamers that flat out initially that all these games are going over, there's no red lines, et cetera, I don't know how well that would have landed for Xbox gamers.
Well, I
Right.
mean,
Like a Led Zeppelin.
we've been telling y'all that they're gonna be Sega. We've been telling y'all that they're a third-party publisher. But
Who is we, Doc?
Huh?
Doc? Who is we?
Who's this we?
He said a drink is worth 1,000 words.
You know,
Oh, shit.
The
listen,
problem though
Uh,
with that, Doc, the problem with that though, like legitimately, is I do think they were going through like an internal warfare at the beginning of the year, so they didn't know for sure, right, what they were really doing. They were just kind of like, well, we'll just wing it, right? Do these few and see what happens. I think that the problem is that they haven't been good about making the decisions and then just communicating the right message.
well, the good
And
thing
now
is
they're
this.
finally to the point where they're like, nah, forget it. It's all fair game. Whatever we're going to do, we're going to do. But the problem is that's like 8 months too late, right? This is the message that they should have had back in the spring.
Uh-huh.
And it would have been better to be like, you know what? We're looking at everything. We might send everything over. We're just not sure. And
Well,
then if they decided not to do that, it would have been easier to be like, you know what? We've decided that our first party games are too precious to our platform, if that's what they had decided, right? But instead of dragging out this long, like, piecemeal, not answering questions or answering them with careful words, and people
Yeah.
don't really catch all the innuendo in it.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
well, here's the thing, right? Now that I'm with the right side, I know a lot more, and I'm never wrong. So, see, hold on, stay with me now as I paint this picture. When they ported Sea of Thieves over there, porting a game takes a long time. So they knew this well in advance. When Phil was up there on stage saying what he was saying, the team was already behind the scenes working on porting this game. They were already doing it. So all these games that are going, they already had them planned to go.
Yep.
They were just
Nope.
lying to us. That's all it is. But we've been telling y'all, it's Sega. I mean, but
That Riskit name. That Riskit name is Sega.
yeah.
Oh,
So
It's
Lord.
Sega.
I
Please
mean,
don't. You stop
there's
that.
It
there's
doesn't
some
say
there's
SA, right?
there's some
It's
parody.
SE.
There's some parody to that, right? But there's some honesty in that as well. That some of these
Let's see
games
what you
that
did
got
with the
ported,
parody.
they know what's going on. You know what I mean? They knew that or they knew before they announced it to us for sure that they were porting these games over, right?
Well,
'Cause
listen, the next one to go, I'm telling you the next one to go because I know the port exists. And I got absolutely stomped for this back in 2024, mid 2024. There is a Hellblade 2 port. I have fucking seen it. And that is the next one to go. I almost guarantee. I don't know if it's the next one to go because that's what I've heard, but that's what I think. I think they've already got it and it's ready to go. So why not bring it over? I think they watched the reaction to Forza. There's a lot of people out there that are like going to be happy. Of course, I'm going to make fun of this. It's gaming. Who cares at the end of the day? But I don't care. It's fine. It's fucking fine. But like, but I think that's going to be the next one to go.
Hellblade, should I say, is definitely going at some point. I don't know when though, but I would say before this year is up.
Do you know what I would do if I was Xbox? I would drop a game over there every time Sony has like a big release. I mean, it's not just for Sony.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I would drop like the Master Chief Collection when Intergalactica comes out. Okay,
Nice.
which one are you gonna buy? You know what I'm saying? Or the Gears Collection, whenever something. And what else? What else do we have coming out?
It would have to be something newer though, right? Because MCC wouldn't disrupt Intergalactic, but like maybe
Does
something
it?
new.
What?
Not MCC, but
What?
It's too old.
No, you out of your mind. I bet
I
you they
love
eat
it.
that.
I love
we
Halo,
will eat
but
that up. We will eat that up.
yeah, we.
I'm telling you right now. That's four. What's that? 4 different platinum trophies that we can get. We will eat that up. Are you out of your mind?
Oh, so I think like
These
Yeah.
ponies and their
modern
trophies.
one,
Yeah.
right?
It's like they ran the derby.
We will definitely eat that up.
Do y'all, let me ask y'all, do y'all think though with Tim Dog the way he reacted that kind of spooked Microsoft maybe on their messaging?
Man, they don't care about Tim Dog. They
Yeah.
don't care about Tim Dog. They care about dollar bills and Benjamin. And guess who got all the Benjamins?
Is it PlayStation or Xbox? It's got to be Xbox, the number one platform or publisher, right?
We pay for our games. You play them on Game Pass. We play for our games. So that's
we
we
different. We're not the same.
Yeah, no, we're not the same. I'm smart. I pay for everything full price. You get it at a discount.
Oh God. Well, look, I don't see everything going over just because of cost, versus return analysis. Sort of, it's not gonna. You see, I'm going over. I'm starting to use the word analysis, sales, cost, benefit, right?
That's
Return
right.
on investment.
Look at you.
I know what's going on. Where's my PlayStation shirt, man?
Hey, let's convert. Hey, let's all convert. Listen, if Xbox is okay going over there, I put up a tweet today. I said, if Xbox is okay taking PlayStation gamers' money, I'm okay taking PlayStation gamers' money. So my YouTube channel is definitely going to attract more PlayStation gamers. I'll take their money too. What? If Xbox is doing it, why? What? Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Hey, listen.
I'm gonna start putting a paywall behind my videos. They'll pay for it. Hey, listen, I'm gonna remake my videos with a shirt on and call it the remastered
version. That's smart.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll get the same views though if I put a shirt on though. I think they like the tank tops. So I don't know.
You know what? One thing I would say is and to shout out to Jago6, he mentioned that. Fun fact that Forza Horizon 5 had 40 million players, engagement without PlayStation, which is actually factual, right? I wonder how, though, the sales will be with this going over there now, because you look at stuff like GT7, I think that's sold upwards of 12 to 13 million copies, which just sounds insane. And because I don't care for a GT. The last GT I actually enjoyed was probably 3, and so 2 maybe, I don't know. But it's not my racing series. I don't care for it. But, PlayStation gamers love it. So I wonder what.
I've never played it, but I know it's great.
Yeah, because PlayStation only give you greatness, right?
Look, man. To me, I played a bit of GT7, but it's, I don't know. It feels wooden, man. Just really wooden, man. It doesn't.
It always felt wooden to me.
Yeah. It just feels, I don't want to use the word, feels a bit stiff.
That's what she said.
Holly.
Conversation.
Holly is corrupted. I told you. Yeah, I don't want to believe me.
I'm
been trying to tell you, Doc.
I'm sorry.
I had no idea.
I'll be back here.
Yeah, but this could also, I don't want to be one of those guys, and no shade to anyone who is saying this, because I've seen this a lot. The Trojan horse thing. We're going on the inside. We're taking them over from the inside.
Pause.
With the but what effect? I agree, Umbra. Like, what effect is it going to have on GT? If they start dropping Forza Motorsport over there, which is the clearly superior racer, that's going
to. But you know what?
Yeah.
Going to Doc's point.
Hold on. Is there a movie about Forza Motorsport? Because we have a movie. Sales.
How did that movie do anyway? Did it flop?
I saw it. The 12 people that saw it.
Yeah, I was gonna say
their review.
Mute Holly right now. Mute her. I'm not doing this. No PlayStation slander. No PlayStation
fake news.
Yeah, fake news.
I was gonna say, to your point, what if they dropped the next Forza or something like that, right when the next GT or whatever was dropping something like, oh, here you go.
But so wait, I have a genuine question about that. It's like that was when it was like Doc was talking about, dropping Halo right next to Intergalactic or something like that. Like, I mean, they could just tell them, we'll put your game here, but you have to stay away from this date, couldn't they? I mean, it's their platform.
Yeah, they could. They could. But if I was,
that would be like saying that they were scared, right? Like PlayStation be admitting that they fear Xbox games, Right?
It
Is
wouldn't
that what-
be out in the
they-
public. They would just tell Xbox, like, nah, you're going to have to move.
You know,
whatever it
Xbox
is.
is leaky
No,
ship, right? That's
listen, hold on. We got to be honest right now.
Nobody believes Xbox anyway.
This is true. But we got to be honest right now. What game? I want you to be honest. What game from PlayStation are you excited about coming out right now? The most exciting thing on PlayStation are all these Xbox games coming over. That's the most exciting thing. PlayStation themselves doesn't have anything exciting. Intergalactica, they turned off the comment section of the game. So in reality, Wolverine maybe is the only one that people might be excited for.
not
But
excited though. But this, let's talk about that. Like I said,
Xbox games will dominate over on the PlayStation side. But listen, as a PlayStation gamer, I just got to pay full price and I'm still winning. That's the difference. Good. See? So that's where it becomes like Xbox is going to win. PlayStation is going to win. The PlayStation gamer is going to win. And then the Xbox Series X, S, and X owner is going to get to win by playing it on Game Pass. But you're still looking at the other side like, damn, are we getting nothing from them? Like, I know Intergalactica is probably going to be trash, but we still get nothing from them.
That's what I've heard a lot of Xbox guys say that actually. Like, what are we getting from it? I have seen that.
But you see, me and you are on PC as well. We good.
Oh yeah, we eating good over here.
We good, right?
I keep trying to tell Riskit he don't want to ascend with us, man.
Yeah.
Well,
but
I mean,
hold
Xbox says
on.
thank you for playing on PC anyway.
Hold on, man. You see, this is why the chat be making me mad. Big Mad Mo, I don't want PlayStation games. It's the principle. It's the principle. I don't want PlayStation. You know what you sound like? You sound like the ponies. They used to say, I don't want Xbox games. Now all of a sudden, they're all excited for Xbox games. Stop lying, Big Mad Mo.
You said it was all cap, huh?
Yeah. His name should have been in all cap, Big Bad Mo.
It is almost just about big all caps.
I don't want PlayStation games. Lies. Astrobot Game of the Year.
He did write it all caps too.
70 million sold.
He's I don't want PlayStation games, all caps. I just noticed that.
Yeah, all caps. He's screaming, typing.
Yeah, I love Big Man Mo. He always has great commentary.
He said,
"You're great, dude. I love you."
He said, F the principal.
Principal? What's that?
Did he spell that wrong?
PlayStation sucks, period, he said.
Yeah. Mo over there, Foreman over there. He got people.
Hold on, I got to talk to Mo now. Mo, we got Mo greatness.
Holly, I love Big Bad Mo. He's an absolute champion as well. Shout out Grey Beans. But Holly, you were about to jump in. I'm curious. Let's get a quick round table of this, and we'll move on to PlayStation bad news. I think we all need some right now.
PlayStation bad news. Wait a minute. I didn't sign up for this. On my first transition, you're gonna do this to me. We gotta talk about PlayStation bad news. You gotta give me at least a week. Riskit.
It's not so great over there. Umbra, you want to wrap it up, and we'll jump on the PlayStation bad news topics.
Well, again, I would say this is something we all knew would come in. I know a lot of Xbox gamers are kind of like, oh, we're tired of talking about this again. Hey, listen, it's relevant. We got to talk on it, right? I mean, again, even though I've accepted that this is the reality going forward for Xbox, and they're looking at a new model of gaming. They're not doing a traditional style anymore. They're trying to get all the money they can. I think even though we know that, it still does sting a bit, like to Doc's point, when you see a major staple like Forza popping up over there, and we're going to see Halo eventually. You got to be prepared for that. So I would just say steel yourselves and be ready and determine whether you want to stay on Xbox side or, do like Doc and ascend to greatness. You just got to, you got to get yourself ready for that.
So my end of spiel, hopefully we'll never talk about this again, but next week is next week, and this topic will come up again. Like
70 million sold.
Listen,
just wanted to say that 70 million sold. Just go ahead. Sorry.
When the 17 million Xbox owners listen to Xbox, when I said nobody listens to Xbox, it's just because they've had such a PR problem with this, and then they've stepped on rakes on other things too, right? Not just this. So I think people always we're kept giving them the benefit of the doubt, and
Mm.
et cetera, et cetera. But this time I feel like it's a little bit different, right? It's a little more to the bone, and I think a lot of people are. I think it's at the end of the day. I feel like it's probably silly to jump ship because this is where your library is. Period. Full stop. If you've been here for a long time, not a newbie who dipped his toe in the water like Doc and then said, "Never mind."
Say his name. Say my name. Y'all don't buy games. Y'all don't got a library. Y'all don't buy games. Y'all don't got a library.
I have a library. Sham it.
No. Y'all don't buy games. Listen, just leave Game Pass. Buy your library on PlayStation. The greatness. It's gonna play better on PS5 Pro.
Said nobody.
Look at the blue.
You've
Look
been
at the blue
to
behind. Holly.
dinner
Stop
at-
lying to me.
You've been to dinner at Dee's house? What's going on?
I don't know who
Anyway.
he is, but sound like a
D
I
badge.
don't know who.
Uh,
Okay. No,
Deep it.
wait a minute. See, why y'all do that to me? That's not nice, Holly.
I mean, you
That's
were
not
talking
nice.
about the PS5
I
Pro.
do not think the PS5 Pro is better than a 4070 or a 4090 or whatever. I just know it's gonna play the best version of Forza Horizon 5. That's it. You know?
Oh.
That is probably true.
I know,
That is
Riskit,
probably
that
true.
hurts, but you know it's true, man.
That's
You know
unfortunate.
it's They gave them
Nuh-uh.
a better version of Sea of Thieves. They gave them a better version of Penman.
Mm.
Why? Why?
Mm.
And then they patched up Penman for us a little bit later.
Oh,
for you
they
guys a little
sure
bit later.
did. They
But
did
that's
do that.
disrespectful. Why?
That was disrespectful. I won't lie.
Nuh-uh.
Why?
He's not lying. He's not lying.
not.
That one
It is
annoyed
a
me.
problem.
I
They
remember
told
that
us
one.
that Starfield couldn't run at 60 frames because you could save a sandwich here on this planet and then you could come back years later and go back and eat that same sandwich. They told us that. Lies.
Yeah.
And I said, wait a minute, Starfield could run at 60 frames on this thing. How is that possible? Then all of a sudden a patch comes out. Why? Guess what Starfield's going to run on the PlayStation 5 at?
120.
Yeah,
I
bro,
was
I
gonna
know,
say.
man. Yeah, I'm so mad. I'm mad, but I'm happy.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
mad, but I'm happy.
This is messy.
Listen,
Y'all messy.
listen. I just beat Indiana Jones. You know that Indiana Jones, great, phenomenal game. I beat it on my PC. Okay, tell me why these bastards just dropped the patch to make it better. Why? When it goes to the PS5, that patch is already gonna. I'm gonna play it again. Why not?
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm not
70
happy
million,
about
70
it.
million.
Like, I don't think as a nerd who was on the Xbox side, right? For the most part, I'm not happy about it, but at the same time, like, it's just a thing, right? Like, you're gonna beat your head against the wall constantly for what? Like, just let it
Yes!
go,
Very well.
be what it is, and then be happy that you got all these games and be happy that you got Game Pass, and don't worry about it. Their business is not my problem. I don't work at that company.
There you
I
go.
work from my wallet. So
Right.
my wallet works better on Xbox and PC. More on
Yeah.
PC than Xbox these days. It's better on there.
He started
But
to
that's it.
offend.
That's
You remember when I used to bring it up? She'd be like, "Just
Well-
don't talk about it." Now she's like, she's embracing it.
but I
Hey.
still don't talk about it like you.
Well, I like to be honest. So, you
Is
know,
the
just-
Xbox
You're
experience
at the
better on PC?
cult of PC. I just go to church there. That's
so
different.
don't worry, we're gonna get you in the Scientology of PC gaming. Don't you worry
Wait
about
a
it.
minute. Wait a
Mm,
minute. Wait
good.
a minute.
I know. I know.
But like, triggered it twice.
Hey, hold on. Big Mad Mode just put I'm excited. No context to it. What's happening? What? Somebody
what
take the keyboard away from that man.
What
This
you
is
excited
great.
about, Mo?
Yeah. No, I
Just
don't
take
want to
away
know.
the caps lock.
I don't want to know.
Fuck PC as well. I love you. I love you, Mo. Yes. Yes.
Wait. Risk it. Are you like an Xbox Series X player? Like, is that your main console?
Then Series S. Then I'm kidding. Whoa. It's
Mhm.
Black Myth Wukong says hi. It can't run on it. Can't run on
Yes,
it.
it
Nobody
can.
want that dang game anyway.
Can't run on it. Listen, I blocked the
We don't
link,
want those Japanese
so I
games
can't
over
see
here
all
on
the work we're doing.
Xbox.
You know what? What? What are we doing?
We don't.
What are we? What Riskit? What are we doing right now?
Listen, yeah, no, look, I'm serious.
I love
this
all
is the thing.
people of all shapes and colors and sizes.
I said the games, Japanese games.
Oh, okay. Okay.
People can come.
Listen, my channel's not gonna survive this. My channel's not gonna survive this.
Listen, this is the thing with me, right? So, like,
I don't know what's going on right now.
I'm a father of 5, right? I got a missus, I got a job, I got shit to do. I don't have time to go into my lab and be like, oh, I got a channel that I occasionally create content for. I gotta find the drivers. Where are the drive? It's not working. I don't have time for that shit. I want a salutations. It's not working. I just want to press a button. Right, and then my shit boots up, and then I can play it. That's what I want, and I want Xbox to continue to create those. Now they definitely got one coming down the pipe, right? Well, you know that's happening, right? Now I want to push back on two things, of course, right? But one thing is I don't think this is the last console. I don't think that's it. I think what they're going to do, unless it doesn't go so well, they need to keep those Game Pass players on.
It's not going well now, Riskit. It's not going well now. What do you mean unless it doesn't go well? It's going horrible. And putting everything. What are you talking about? This is not going to be the last console unless it goes bad. It's not going well now.
Unless it goes worse.
I can sell more tank tops than they've sold consoles.
It's going to go worse.
But listen, it will go worse. But if you don't sell that console as a loss leader, you're not losing money, right? So they probably lost around about 700 million based on Colt's estimates. I don't know how Colt, I know you're in the chat there. Yeah, I see you hiding. Based on Colt's estimates, I think he said about 700 million. But if you start selling that console like it's a laptop and you're making profit on the console, yeah, it's a bit more expensive. Yeah, you sell less, but every time you sell one, you make profit on the console. Now, every time you buy something on the console, you make profit on that software. Every time you get a microtransaction, you make profit on that. If you make it profitable from start to finish, there's no reason for them to not continue to make consoles. Doesn't mean they're going to make a whole bunch more. The console's not going to go away. That's just the way it is. The other thing is, we've got to stop talking about the library like people give a shit. Because, and look, Holly, I know you do, but this is the thing, and I think this is where it feels like we're going to focus on the casuals, going to focus on the casual, Mark going to focus on this. The casuals don't give a shit about their library, man. We do. Like, we care that we can go boot up an old game and play it. Casuals are about, what have you done for me lately? What have you brought out lately? That's what casuals, and casuals will swing to the console that has brought out the best games lately. Look, if they had kept the exclusives, what have you done for me lately would have brought more people over to the console. Would they have caught up? But look, there's a historical reference for this. The PlayStation 3 had its fucking ass handed to it the entire generation. It was dismal for PlayStation. People were saying PlayStation was dead. It was going to go away. And then what did they do, man? They came back. They came back at the back end of the generation. They started making great games. And people were like, whoa, what's going over there? It didn't help that the Xbox One came out with some TV bullshit and all that. But there's evidence here. And you still had a library on the PS3. This whole digital thing, like, I'm sorry where Phil said, that's fucking bullshit. This whole digital thing is that people still had a physical fucking library. Well, you didn't think that they wanted to be able to play that shit, right? And yet you could back compat on the PS4. So why is that different to now we get a digital library? It's totally fucking different to a physical library. It's not different. The library does not hold people to a fucking console. What have you done for me lately holds people to a console. And the fact of the matter is, and I hate saying this because I'm an Xbox guy, but I fucking people get pissed off at me because they're like, you're a pony bot. I'm not a pony bot. I'm just telling you the fucking truth. The truth of the matter is, if you can get all the games here and you can't get all the games over there, are you like any rational, smart person is going to go, fuck, well, I can get everything over here.
Jesus, I'm not going to lie.
Here.
I had no idea when you were going to bring this and tie this back together. But you tied it back together. Thank God, 'cause I was lost. I was lost, but you tied it back together. You're absolutely correct. That does make sense. Why would I buy an Xbox when I can get everything on a PlayStation? That's facts.
I got one better.
No, he's right.
Why get an Xbox or a PlayStation when I can get most of everything on a PC?
Because it's not
And more.
Because it's not
And more.
Because it's not optimized, and because of what Riskit says, he wants to just turn on the button and go.
It's not
But let me say, hold on.
Optimized?
Yeah,
Are
it's
you
not
kidding me right
Not
now?
optimized. PlayStation 5 Pro, PSSR, newest technology, RDNA 4.
Yeah.
D-Batch told me RDNA 4. Okay? Listen to me.
4070.
Shout out to
4070.
D-Batch. Hey, listen to me. Listen.
Shout out to
Riskit,
D.
there's one thing I want to push back on. You said the casuals don't care about their backlog or their library or all that stuff. The reason I think I agree with you, but another layer to that is because the casuals play games that are on all platforms. The games that are at the top of the charts are typically games that are on all platforms. So the PlayStation is simply winning because it's the more popular platform. It's like an iPhone user
Exactly.
can't really tell you why they like iPhone better than Android. You can tell them every single reason as to why an Android phone might be better than an iPhone. All they'll tell you is
It's
green
not better.
bubble, right? Oh,
It's
so
It's not
the
better.
where are my friends playing? That's
Apple's
what
better.
it is
right.
for
No,
multiplayer
it's
stuff.
not.
Apple
No,
is better than
it
what?
is.
An Android?
Yes, it is.
Fuck. Yes, Apple's
think
better
a
than
lot of-
Android, and no, it's got nothing
No,
to do with
it's
their
not.
friends. A
No,
little
Android
bit to do
are
with their
better.
friends. A little bit. All right, a little bit. And Apple is way better.
Android is king. But listen, I think too, though,
Can you-
I'll say this just to give a bit of pushback pause on what you mentioned earlier, where you were saying,
We gotta say pause for pushback.
yeah, because
Oh yeah.
you could be throwing it back, Doc. You see what I'm saying?
Wait a minute, that's pause.
But
No, I know.
Yeah,
A pushback doesn't mean throwing it back. What's
I
going
mean, it's
on?
semantics, though, right? Pushback, you know what I'm saying? Throwing it back. It's very similar, right? You
Okay.
feel that.
I
But
mean, I don't mind a little bit of pushback, man. Let's be
I
honest.
bet you wouldn't. See? You see how
Okay, you see, we don't got off rail. Go
I
back.
tried to
I'm
tell you.
so
That's why I
sorry.
set that up to
Sorry.
pause before.
Yep.
I am
okay.
not the problem. I would just like to point out in this moment, I am not the
Yeah,
problem.
Holly, you had your times. You had your times. We're gonna take accountability here. You had your times, Holly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, a lack of accountability
Yeah.
of it. But I was going to say though, the pushback I would offer on that though is that many people do care about their digital library, right, or just their library. Some, I would say, I agree with you. Overall, the masses probably don't. The casual army, right, of gamers who make up most of all of us, of course. But there are the hardcore who, however much percentage that is, do care about bringing their library forward to the next gen or whatever like that. And that's the one that's kind of a gift and a curse for Xbox, because they've been at the forefront of preserving games like that, much akin to a PC, and they do it better than PlayStation or Nintendo ever could. But it's also a curse because now it's expected of them.
Whoa,
You see what I mean?
whoa! You're gonna say that Xbox preserves games better than PlayStation?
Yeah.
You out of
Hell
your
yeah.
mind? We remaster our games. That's the best way to preserve a game. And then we resell it.
Yeah.
And then
Profit,
we buy it.
profit
And we
and,
buy
and
it.
yeah.
What that dude say? Make sure you buy all the remakes and remasters. That's
He
why we're
did.
winning, because we buy everything.
There you, hey, listen. It's hard to argue against math.
Facts.
The math is mathing.
The math is mathing, which is crazy. That goes to show you how stupid people are.
Yeah.
Isn't that scary? How
Yeah.
stupid people are? Because to people, with that statement that I just made, to some people actually made sense.
I bet Cygnus and Bobby in the chat right now, like, preach.
I don't want to
We-
play
we
my
do-
old.
He's
Oh,
speaking
that's
my
great.
language.
We do got to move on, but put a bow and a number, and we'll get these super chats, and then we'll jump to the next topic, which is PlayStation bad news, which is all they ever have, really.
Yes, let's get to the PlayStation bad news. Again, I mean, my thing is just be content. Be content, and or at least make your decision where you got to move to.
I want to
because
hear
it's
this
gonna
PlayStation
happen.
bad news. Let's see. What is this?
Yeah, because listen, you all have to be either be content with what Xbox is doing and make your move.
The
to
millionth
the Xbox,
the millionth
or-
Horizon game isn't being pushed through the pipe. That's the bad news.
There you go. Why do they?
Oh wow!
Why do they
Oh
have
wow!
such, I keep wondering, why do they have such love for the Horizon series like that? I don't get it.
Yeah,
It's a
it's
great
not that good.
series. It's a
It
great
is not
series.
a great series. No.
It's never been done before. Robotic animals.
Very innovative.
Yeah, you could kill him with a bow and arrow, and it's got a grappling hook.
A grappling hook. No one's ever done that before. He's right. Umbra, just try to get that bow in there so we can get out of here. Not get out of here. Move on to the next topic.
I hit this 3-pointer. But yeah, be content. Either be content with what Xbox is offering, because they still offer some great games. Crazy first half, about to have a crazy second half, and more. They got the IP on lock. They got the biggest games on lock. They're going to make their money with or without you. So I would just say, either say, hey, this ain't for me, and move over to another platform that you feel is going to cater to you, or let go of the thought of exclusivity, even though I agree exclusives do matter. I've said the same for years, but it's a new regime over there. It's a change over there that we can't force or change by just complaining. You just get over it at this point, or don't, and move on.
Nope, I'm not doing either. I am not getting over it, and I am not moving on.
He said nope.
Hey, I appreciate the honesty. He's like, nope, not doing it.
Xbox is going to have to hear about this from my account for at least until there's no more hardware, and then I'm over. You know, if Sega makes another console, I don't care what it is. Like I'm
when
not going to shut up.
Sega makes its first console, you let us know.
That is easily the worst pronunciation of Sega I've ever heard.
Pronunciation.
Sega is crazy.
Yeah,
Sega is crazy.
SE, it's not SA. You guys are like Sega. It's like you don't Sega shit. It's SEGA.
No, it literally
Sega literally says it's Sega.
Sega. Yeah, you never.
No, in Australia, it says Sega. They go Sega.
I'm sure they don't. I'm 100% sure they do not.
Hey, you gaslighting us right now. That's crazy.
I mean, did you guys didn't even invent the English language, so you can't. We're direct derivatives of basic English. Right? We kept the same accent, and we know better, so we're gonna move on. As your accent's not even close to English, you guys speak
an Australian
Ameriglish
commercial. You'd be like, hey, Sonic, did you collect the rings? No. Sega.
Talking about people's rings. All right, so let's move on to the next one.
Before you do that, you have some very important super chats, like the one that Lotus just sent.
Yes, no. Before we do, we just get on these super chats.
No.
Mark JGP, he gifted 10 memberships, and he later said, "Don't say I don't support." Never did, Mark. You're an absolute legend. Lotus is Spree with a 50. He put they put a hippo character sitting in an office in a chair. I can't really show it on the thing, which is the problem. Like it
transforms. Yes.
Yeah, it's a transformer basically, but when I put it up on EVMux, it for some reason does a text thing, so it's weird. But I appreciate the 50. You're an absolute champion. Thank you for coming through, supporting us. Face 23 Brooklyn says, Umbra, what platform you playing Ghost of Yote on? And that'll be PC, right?
It's I would wait for it, but I don't like the FOMO idea. That's the only thing. That's the only part of the PC thing I haven't gotten mastered yet, because PC gamers can say, I'll wait.
Yeah, just wait.
I haven't quite gotten to that point. So FOMO will have me buying Ghost of Yote on PlayStation 5 face.
Well, you knew that. That's why he
listen.
You just fell into the trap.
I knew what he was. I just have to be honest. I don't know you so
much. Listen. If you're a PC gamer, but you don't want to wait for PlayStation greatness, the solution for you is a PS5 Pro. It's basically the same thing.
It's amazing. It's a 50. I've heard it's a 4090. Is that
basically the same? Basically the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So you might be right about that. Good point.
Next one off the rank is Max City Entertainment with the $5. I assume that's entertainment. Could be wrong. Max City ENT with the $5 super chat says, your pod and chem is off the charts. Umbra, Wide Awake Doc with the Pony Logic, Riskit the Mad Hater, and That Blue Smiles and Killer Instinct. Love. Cheers. Shout out to you, Mac.
Oh, love, Mac.
Hey, Mac, what's wrong with my smile, dog? Well, I only gonna compliment one person's smile. That's it. It's crazy.
Big Bad Mo called it Ghost of Yo Play.
Ghost of
The disrespect. Somebody mute him. Somebody the disrespect.
PS5, Face 33 Brooklyn with the $20 super chat. Shout out to you, man. PS5, the only platform that I can play both GT7 and Forza 5, or stay on Xbox and play it on Game Pass and miss out on other games that Sony will money hat and their exclusives.
Facts. Facts.
Hey, Riskit, can you add Dante in? He said he's been in the lobby for a few minutes.
I can't see him.
I can't either. That's what I just said. He said he could see us.
Yeah.
So
interesting.
maybe it's because of your screen share. Yeah.
No. Maybe he needs to dip back out and dip back in to see it because he's not in.
It's
I
Evie
can't see him there.
Tell him to say Sega, and he'll get in.
Yeah, there you go. It's the secret password.
Yeah.
Lotus Spree. They dropped a here is some math for you. Holly can do no wrong.
There
Recognize.
Ew, y'all be all up on Holly. What's going on?
Just straight up lying to her and gassing her up for no reason.
Yeah, okay.
And there.
She can do no wrong. Now, why would you lie to her like that?
Excuse me.
Oops, I said that out loud. I was muted.
Voidlock with the $2 super chat says Horizon is just fake Zoids. Zoid. Well, we definitely got to get a rap from Dante here because I'm curious as to, and I know Dante just loves talking about exclusives and games going to PlayStation. And welcome back. How's your week been, man?
Yo.
And
yo.
It went badly at the end.
Yo, what's up, family? What's up? Can y'all hear me?
Hey, Risk, I think you missed a chat, by the way. Face gave one above that one. PS5, the only platform.
He was so excited to sing my praises, he just skipped right to the important one.
No.
That's what happened.
I read that out, man. I read that out.
That one's been read out. The only one that you can play both GT7 and all that.
You read it.
Oh, okay.
I read it.
Hear that one.
Dante, what's been going on? How's your week been? How you feeling about this whole Forza thing? Let's put a bow on this and move on to the PlayStation bad news, right?
You already know how I feel about this, man. We spoke about this in the chat. My position hasn't changed. It's time to get over it at this point, right? It just is what it is at this point. So like I'm a grown ass man. I'm not caring about what particular hardware is playing what. Look, keep making games. I prefer to play on the Xbox hardware. Keep making Xboxes. And then basically keep making compelling services like, Game Pass and stuff like that. If you do that, I'm still cool. I don't care about PlayStation being able to play some of the games that we play because that's for the console war stuff, and I'm removing myself from that stuff, man. That's kind of, it's time to grow up a little bit, and we got to kind of start forward thinking and just being like, okay, where are the games? Let's have those conversations, right? I'd rather have conversations on who's making some legit games that I care about playing versus having conversations about who sold the most consoles.
That's the only thing that matters is who sold the most.
He's like, this is about the console war.
Yeah.
So, I don't care about that stuff. But hey, for the console warriors, y'all got it. PlayStation, you got it. You won. You're happy.
There you go.
You can't do that because if you do that, we got nobody to go against.
They're gonna turn on Nintendo now. Be like, kid games.
Yeah, go yell at Nintendo now. Be like, Nintendo.
No, we can't.
You can't play Zelda on a PS5 Pro.
Nintendo, listen. We're ponies. We're not crazy. Okay.
Okay. All right.
The Legion.
Listen, I just want to push back on one thing. I am a grown ass.
Of course
man.
he
That doesn't
does.
mean I have
Of
to
course he does. Riskit, it's over.
Yeah.
It's over. Riskit. Everybody has told you. Even Dante came in very logical and told you, listen, I want to push back. There's no more pushback. Don't even pause
Let's
it.
push back. I'm a grown ass man, and I'm not letting it go. It doesn't.
There we go.
It doesn't mean I have to let shit go. I'm gonna tell Xbox every single time they do this.
You are the child, and Xbox has turned you over to give you the spanking. That's what's going on right now. Like, grow up.
I mean, all right. So, Risky, I'm gonna ask you one question. I'm gonna have a small conversation on this, and then we can kind of move on. But like, let's look at this from a logical perspective, right? Like, they have been fighting in the trenches on that for like the last 6 years or so. Right? And they haven't made inroads with it. And even currently, with the way the market is going, the way how long it takes for games to come out, it's been hard to be like, let's wait and see what's going to happen to have enough cadence to sit there and still fight those trenches. They're not making enough money on the games that are being sold as exclusives to justify keeping games as exclusive, right?
Facts.
So do we want them to basically try to die on that hill to be like, well, this is where the games you can get because they're Xbox games and they're exclusives, but yet we barely selling 1 million, 2 million, and this game costs 100+ million to make.
Facts.
So we're losing our ass on that particular game, but it's exclusive. So it's like that don't make sense. So I'd rather keep the lights on, sell these games as many places as you can possibly sell the damn games, and then keep those studios employed versus, hey, definitively the exclusives are here on this particular piece of hardware and piece of plastic. That's my thought process with it.
So let me push back on that. So
He said,
I'll be back. Hold up.
He said, yeah. He said, whatever. You spoke all that logical stuff. Whatever. I don't care. I love it, Riskit. I love you. Be yourself. You be honest to who you are. All that. I don't care.
but make it simple when $2 Super Chat says, as long as Xbox is thriving, I'm a happy gamer.
They're not
Look
thriving.
at that again.
They're dying. They're dead. They're dead.
This is the thing. They're definitely not dead. This is the thing, right? And now that he can hear me, I just made all these good points. He didn't hear any of it. No, but like, this is the thing, right? So they never had the cadence. They never had must-play games. They got the cadence, like, in the bag. It's coming. They got the must-play games in the bag. They're coming. They didn't give it a chance. We can all agree that they didn't get to a point where they could fight back with content. And when they did, they just gave it to everyone else.
But
What
maybe
But
they
the
wouldn't have
problem
an
is,
opportunity to
though,
do
is that
right?
they took them too long to get there.
That part.
And in the meantime, they ran out of their coffers or the patience or whatever at Microsoft.
That part. You spend
And
80 some odd billion dollars on
acquisitions.
On acquisition.
And-
that's right. 70 million
Right.
sold.
Right. You got to start justifying.
And games got more expensive at the same time
Exactly.
to make, right? So
Xbox
all
gamers
of those
won't buy games.
things
Only PlayStation
came
gamers
together
buy
at the
games.
wrong time, right? But
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I agree with you.
again,
I agree with you, though. If it was 3 years ago, 100%, or at the beginning of COVID, and they were starting to get this cadence going, or had all these games lined up like we see this coming 2025, you'd be like, "What are you doing?" Right? But the problem is that all of these other things happened, and I don't think when they originally started down this journey they intended to buy ABK, right? That was probably the biggest single like transient point to make them have to pivot to a different methodology, a different thought process. And Microsoft is Microsoft, and they like to be software dudes. They're software bros.
Oh, that's true. That's a fact. Sega.
That is a fact. That is a
Party
fact.
publisher.
Say, don't you do that shit. Don't you do that.
They're about to be a third-party publisher, man. They're the largest third-party publisher. Didn't they win Publisher of the Month or something like that? I didn't even know that was an award. They won it. They won it. I didn't even know it was an award, but they won it, right? But they're gonna keep winning. I don't know who won it last month, but I know who won it this month.
Like we keep
winning
a score with that now.
Yeah,
we keep a score with that.
That's gonna be the new thing.
Who's tracking this? Yo?
Yeah.
It's Matt Piscatella and some other people in UK charts, I guess.
Yeah.
Shout out to Matt. Lotus the Spring with the $20 super chat says, Holly is still doing no wrong. You go, girl. I know. Holly's done much wrong.
Lotus loves himself some Holly.
Yeah, Holly just pulled a ruse over there. I don't know what.
You
Yeah. You might as hey, let's keep these super chats. Put it back on the screen again. Come on now. Hey, we're like Xbox. We're gonna do what works. Put Holly back on the screen. Let's go, baby. We're gonna make this money, Holly. That's right. That's right.
Signus, you raise a pretty good point, man. Like, I feel like the ABK deal kind of changed the landscape a little bit, right? Where it's like you couldn't play in a house where it's just like exclusivity was the be all end all, because the numbers just didn't make sense, right? Especially for those games. Those games made sense in terms of how many units that you're selling. So it's like when we see, like outside of Nintendo, between Sony and Microsoft, I don't know any of them who can really sit there and say our exclusives are the ones that are completely moving the needle. because it's all
That's-
the,
but
it's all
the-
the third-party games that
yeah.
are really doing it. Nintendo can say that. Mario is still going to basically be moving the needle for them, Zelda, etc. Right? But like
I got one
some
word.
PlayStation games haven't
But-
really sold
word.
what they anticipated.
Dante, I
Some
got one
Xbox games
word.
haven't. Go for it, Doc.
Game of the year. One word.
He ain't lying.
Astrobot. One word.
True, but what did it sell?
Aren't those multiple words?
It's 2 words.
What did
Games
it
of the year
sell in terms
4.
of units?
Hey,
How many-
mute him. Mute Umbrella. Mute Umbra.
Damn, stop using words, Umbra. Mute that man right now. No, but I'm just talking about units. Units. Like, yes, he got him acclaim and he got them Game of the Year, but units wise, did it do what they wanted? Probably not.
Oh,
In
Well,
terms of sales, right? Because they're used to like.
I think it
this
did
sold
okay.
10 this sold 10, 15, 20 million. Like God of War has done stuff like that for them, right? Spider-Man has done stuff like that for them.
I mean, it doesn't sell like a Call of Duty, but it sold more than Forza.
but I would argue.
I mean,
Well, wait. For Nintendo, even Nintendo. Wait, even Nintendo.
I can't argue
Is-
against Nintendo. Let's not talk
No,
about
no,
Nintendo.
Even Nintendo is opening their platform up to more third-party stuff. They're doing a ton of stuff to bring other games to the Switch, right?
Yeah, but they're
Which
not,
is
but they're
just
not
more
giving.
money.
but they're not going to put
They're
Mario
not giving their.
in
That's
place.
just because
No,
they
but
got
that's-
hardware that can play. But they're not giving their exclusive, high value exclusives away. This the thing. Like,
No,
sure,
they don't
absolutely.
have to,
Like, if
because
you're
they're
Xbox,
Nintendo.
I'm absolutely. But this is the thing. Like, well, you don't need to give every single game over. You're a how
They
many
do.
$1 trillion?
Yes, they
No,
do.
listen.
Give.
Listen. No, they
You're
don't. They're a how many
selling. They
trillion-
we ain't
That's
giving
right.
nothing.
Listen,
You
listen.
got to pay for it over there.
That's right.
Give.
They're a how many $1 trillion company, right? They can absolutely publish like most of their games over on PlayStation, Nintendo, PC. Fucking build an Atari and put it on that. I don't care. But
You're
there
talking
are
about
there are
Microsoft?
games that they should not ever be bringing to any other platform because you are diluting your brand. And you'll make it like I got a fucking message from my brother from his stepson asking if Xbox is gonna die. Apparently, he's heard it's gonna die soon. That shit is filtering out to the casuals. You are damaging the fucking brand. You are not, these guys are not giving clear, concise information about what they're going to do with the future of the brand. No one knows. We're all speculating.
Oh,
No,
they
they're
are.
going to be a
They are
software
now.
powerhouse and a publishing
are.
powerhouse.
I think
Hold
they
on,
are. I think they're
Riskit,
pretty much saying
Riskit.
we're going to
Hold
put our
on.
games where we want to put our games in as many places as
Yeah.
possible. I think they're telling us we're just not hearing them. We're not listening.
We are.
No,
We are.
Hold on. One thing,
We
Doc,
are.
one thing before you go, Doc.
Listen, here's
One
the
thing
thing,
before you go,
see
Doc.
this is an Xbox.
True. We got to stop confusing Microsoft being $1 trillion company and then associate that with Xbox. Xbox is its own, it's
Right.
part of Microsoft, but it's not the full breadth. Most of what Microsoft cares about is cloud and Office for basically, for Windows for Office. That's the most of what they care about in those particular softwares. Xbox is good. It's a good revenue maker, obviously, and it's become more proficient for them over the years. But we can't basically equate Microsoft $1 trillion value and say that that's basically pushing everything for Xbox. It's
But
not the big dog in the room like that.
Their cloud services.
So you're
brought in.
telling me,
Yeah,
so you
cloud
are
service
all
is it.
telling me, so you are all telling me that Xbox cannot afford to absorb the cost of three games.
It's not good
With all the
business
games
practice.
that they have and
It's
all the
not-
Why
games that
would
they're
they?
sending to
Why
PlayStation,
would
they can't absorb the cost of 3 games to look
They
after a fan base who has supported
they
them
absolutely
through
can.
thick and thin. Fuck you,
Listen.
They can, but it's a matter of new strategy, right? So it's a matter of
And why would they do that for such a small base? Like,
Yeah.
you're not going to
Why-
just eat a ton of money just for a small base of.
It's-
30
it's a new
million
strategy,
people
though, Rick.
is
What they're
not
trying to do
small.
is
It's
leave
not-
it
it's
out.
How
not
many of
small,
those 30
but-
million play each game, though? Each game is unique to each person.
If 30
There,
million people
exactly.
knocking on your door want to kick the shit out of you,
Hold on,
you are going to shit yourself, right? 30 million people's not a small amount of people, right? Like, we
Yeah.
should all go to Seattle.
Again,
Everyone,
though,
get pack your
again,
bag.
though.
We're going to Seattle. We're saving Gears. We're saving Halo. We're saving
Hop
Forza.
in the car, losers.
Bring
We're
us
going to
not
save
happening.
Xbox.
Listen. Let me get the floor for a second. Riskit, can you put the picture up of me wearing the PlayStation shirt, or do you have too many tiles up there?
I can put up as
Okay.
why?
Photoshop a
All right,
PlayStation,
I got
put it
you.
on
I got you. Right. So that video that I dropped yesterday, right, went crazy, went viral, all that other stuff, right? Check this out. I said something in that video, and it's a metaphor for exactly what Xbox is doing. Everybody knows me, right, as that Xbox guy, right? I put on that shirt, and in that shirt, I said, "There's nothing you could do. You're gonna let me in. I'm kicking the door in." I said it in the video. Go watch the video. What Xbox is saying when they're saying this is an Xbox is there's nothing you can do. Xbox is saying you're not coming to us. We're coming to you, and there's nothing you could do. At the end of the day, Xbox is going to be winning because these games are going to sell full price on the PlayStation 5. If you stay on the Xbox console, you get to play them on Game Pass. Cool. If you want to go on PC, Game Pass or full price. But regardless, no matter what, they're kicking the door into everything. This makes sense. But I can be honest with you, it did look kind of weird to see it, but it only makes sense. My only question is, once they dominate PlayStation, meaning most of the games being played on there are Xbox games, the number one played game on PlayStation right now is the Xbox game. And they also got Minecraft as well, right? But once the top 10 games on PlayStation are like all Xbox games, think about this. PlayStation just canceled. Listen, PlayStation just canceled 10 live service games. What is Forza Horizon 5? A live service game. What is Sea of Thieves? Sea of Thieves, a live game. Oh, Xbox is playing chess with these fools. The only problem that I have is that they didn't take care of the console gamer. So you risk it, they didn't take care of you. It would have been cool if they really cared about you and they used the full power of the Xbox Series X, but they're not. That's why Holly's on PC. That's why Umbra's on PC.
Right.
That's why you need to go to PC too. The best experience for Xbox is on PC. But at the end of the day, what people don't understand, we got 107 people in this chat. Y'all see me put on a PlayStation shirt? It doesn't matter. It's still me. Y'all see Forza Horizon 5 with a PS5 logo? It doesn't matter. It's still Xbox. That's how they're winning this.
That's right. It's a small sacrifice of exclusivity for them to get be the biggest publisher, and that's what they are right now. It sounds crazy, but they are the number one publisher.
And to play on a PC is basically like playing on an Xbox anyway, right? It's just
Nuh-uh.
In a way. And the next Xbox is going to more or less be that.
Look, it's what needed to happen to make sure that the business was still there and viable, dog. I mean, we got it's brass tacks. It did in this current market for where the games industry is. It's what needed to happen to make sure that they were still viable. Period.
I feel like this is the Riskit support group to bring him through this entire year. The podcast is just his weekly therapy session.
We have exercise.
Bring him down, away from the ledge. And next week we'll be stepping back up. Yeah, right.
Highlight Magnum in the chat.
The same way Sony and Xbox can't do what Nintendo does.
There it is.
Xbox can't do what Sony does either. So they got to figure out a different way. And this is the way that they figured it out. And I think it makes sense. My whole thing is I don't know why they're waiting. They should be dropping a game every single month over there. And it would I'm telling you, everything's going to sell. The Master Chief Collection is going to sell. Halo Infinite over there is going to sell. Starfield, all the trash they spoke about Starfield, bro, Starfield will get a new light. I'm telling you, bro.
I can't wait for them to bite their words with Starfield. All that shit they talked about.
Can you imagine if this was like a super Giga Chad move where they do this? They get everybody hooked on all of their games. And then like 3 years later, they're like, yep, all our games are just going to be on our platform from now on.
Now listen, that's what I said.
The sway would be... They're not going to do that. Do not take that as that's what it's not going to happen. That is not happening.
That's what. Hang on. That's what I said. That's hang on.
This is your fault. Look at him. He got excited.
I know. He's like, there's hope. There's hope.
Thank you, Holly. Thank you. I was saying the same thing, Holly. Stop. Pump the brakes.
That is what I said. I said that on the exclusive video, and I was like, that's not going to happen. It'll never happen. However, there is precedence because Mario on Nintendo, their biggest IP was first on Atari, so that they could they could bring it to the larger audience, and then they brought Mario back to Nintendo. It was always a Nintendo IP.
20 plus years,
wow.
but it was 30 years.
Wow.
We're not in a court case where he's like, there's precedence, and this was from back 30 years ago with Atari. Yeah. Stop, Riskit. Once they get look at, I put it like this: if they put these, when they put these games over on PlayStation, if those games basically sell, right? There's no way in the world they're going to sit there and say, all right, now in the next Xbox 3 or 4 years from now, it's going to be completely exclusive. Now you got to come over here and play it. They've already created a base over there they can sell to, and they want to continue to sell to that particular base. So they're not going to be
Money
like, now we're going
feels
to close
good
the
in
gate.
your wallet.
We're going to close the gate, and you got to buy an Xbox to come over here and get it. Now they're not going to do that. What they got to focus on, if they do care about hardware, and I'm hoping they haven't forgotten about us, is just make sure that whatever the next Xbox is, that feature-wise and power-wise, it basically is. That's how you entice me, right? That's how you keep me to sit there and say I don't need to go with because I prefer playing on console, and I'm doing so if you make hardware that is compelling for me. So that's why I want them to focus. I don't care about the other.
Hold on, Dante. Not just compelling for you, compelling for everyone, because that's what Phil said.
True.
Phil said we want people to choose consoles based on their features.
Right.
Okay, Phil.
And that's what I wanted to hear.
Because we know that your console is going to have the least amount of games. So now it better have the better features. Because if I'm going to risk playing less amount of games, your console better have the better features.
Right. So again, that has never worked. So again, people keep saying this shit. So if they bring power has worked in the past. If you brought a more powerful console and you can deliver that power,
there you go. Deliver the power.
Power has worked. However, features have never worked. The Xbox has always been the more feature-rich console. PS4 had fuck all features. All you could do was boot it up, play some games. The Xbox One, you had Snap TV, you had this, you had.
How did power work? Because the One X was the more powerful unit from the last gen, and it didn't move.
That's a mid-gen refresh. That's a mid-gen refresh.
It was still the more powerful mid-gen refresh, though. And it didn't move the needle, right?
I think
the PS3 was more powerful than the.
No, but they couldn't harness the power. They couldn't harness that power because it was too hard to develop.
More powerful than that particular Xbox that was against at the time, right?
You need to demonstrate that power on the screen, so it needs to be on your screen.
Always nuance though between.
Hey, Riskit, check DMs real quick too.
It's always the nuance though, because like even with the PS3, it was a matter of the pricing too that cost it early. With the Xbox One X, which I loved, by the way, I had that too, and played Cyberpunk flawlessly. That also was a mid-gen refresh that was late in the game when we were about to move to the Xbox, series and such consoles. So yeah, that's tough too to say. But I'm pretty sure I've heard somebody speak on this that power ultimately doesn't matter when it comes to the casuals, right?
It sadly doesn't.
And we know that
they got me. They got people like me who love the upgrade, right? And be like, I want the new shiny thing. But the casual,
they don't care.
COD,
they give them a good black hole game, they set. And that's the difference for it. And that's where Xbox is excelling, because they have those types of games that these gamers are going to want to come to. They got the CODs, they got the Minecrafts. All they would need to grab, I guess, is Roblox, and it'll be set for life.
Jesus, imagine that.
Yeah.
Roblox monster.
Listen, you're all wrong. Xbox fucked up. We should yell at them from Twitter and from podcast. All right, this is what we're doing now. All right. Pack your bags. Let's go to Seattle. Everyone will stand out. We're gonna pick it. I'll pick it. We'll get some signs saying Xbox is not dead. If you do this, it'll die. I'll go to the super chats real quick. Make it simple. $2 super chat. He says Xbox Play Anywhere is the future. Make it simple again with the $5 super chat. Shout out to you. Really appreciate the support, guys, in the chat. Even if you super chat, if you just come here and watch me rant for 5 minutes and everyone have good salient points, we appreciate you. Xbox Play Anywhere is legit. Buy one copy of Final Fantasy Pixel Collection and you could play it on console, PC, and cloud mobile. Pro consumer, it's 100% true.
Gotta love
it. Features don't matter. This is leading into a PC comment. I can feel it. So go ahead, Umbra.
Yes, let me read this. Yes. Wait a minute. Xbox delivering a Trojan horse? Oh, okay. That's PlayStation. That's not PC.
No, I mean, Xbox is delivering the Trojan horse to the PS Lucky Mode.
That's a PC. Yeah. I think it is kind of a Trojan horse. I think Lucky is correct on that. Colt,
it's a 4070.
Right. 4090, I heard. Colt says, can I still play first party Xbox games? No, Colt. They specifically said you were not allowed.
Specifically, no.
Right. No. He's like, oh, I'm about to be nice and play some Xbox. Nope.
No.
Turn it off. Shout out to Colt. But I was going to say, it was one that was, Abdel asked earlier about, way above, he says, guys, why is MLB the hoe not in Game Pass anymore? Thoughts? Yeah, the show, of course. But yes, shout out to Abdel, who always holds us down. I mean, the only thing I can imagine is I think Sony is now publishing it where it used to be MLB. And so Sony may have
No, it's
renegotiated
still
with
on
them.
Xbox.
It's still on Xbox. It's just not in Game
Yeah.
Pass. Yeah. And
Yeah.
maybe they weren't getting the return they wanted from Game Pass.
Or
Or
maybe
they
Game
asked
Pass
for too
was getting-
much.
Yeah, exactly.
And Microsoft's like, nope.
Yeah.
So that could
Okay,
have been it
Sante's
too.
in the chat.
Shout out
Hey,
to
Sante,
Tay.
I heard earlier you over here giving links to people to play games. I never got one.
Hey,
I ain't
hey,
getting no
Addict, if
link
you still-
ever.
Hey,
Hang on,
you like to pay for games, you said.
Oh, I do
Addict,
pay for
if you're
games.
still in
You're
the
right.
chat,
Yeah.
I send you a link to Addict. If you're still in the chat, I send you a link to the DM. If you want to jump in, man, jump in. I see it. Beautiful. How you doing, bruv?
Hey,
What, you
Addict,
got something
Addict is heartbroken
Got
too,
something to
man.
add?
Can you hear
You
me?
got something to add?
Yeah,
I got you. We got you.
Love
What up,
Addict.
Addict?
What's going on, guys?
Oh, he sounded depressed.
doing?
God damn,
You
it's
do
gonna be
sound- you
okay.
sound
It's
down.
gonna be
No,
okay.
Man, no.
No,
no,
Let's
I-
go, Addict.
It
It's gonna
sounded
be
like
Nah,
okay.
Riskit,
it's-
man.
It has nothing to do with like the console stuff. It's just been
All right.
a long couple of days. Like,
It has been a long couple of days for those Xbox. You're right. You're right.
Yeah, you came in. That energy, I was about to say, damn, Xbox doesn't hurt this man.
Damn.
nah, I don't
something
care
else.
about all that anymore. It's like, look,
There we go.
it's
There we
they,
go.
They're gonna do
They gonna
whatever
do what
they
they gonna
want to.
Yep.
And I can only go off of the energy they give, and in my personal opinion, until I see
Facts.
another console announcement, I'm gonna assume there's no console for Xbox moving forward. Because if you put
Facts.
zero effort into selling it, then why should I believe that you're gonna put another 8 years into selling it?
My man speaking logic. But guess what console is selling?
Nintendo.
70 million, baby. 70 million. Listen, Addict, I said if Xbox is going to make money off the PlayStation gamer, I'm going to make money off the PlayStation gamer too, damn it. Anybody can say whatever they want. Doc, you flip-flop. You damn right I flip-flop. I'm going. They ain't going to leave me behind. You
Well,
think
it's
Xbox
like
don't leave me behind. Xbox is not leaving me behind. Hey,
Me
Phil,
and
I'm coming
Smooth-
right with you. I'm coming right
It's
with you,
like
Phil.
me and Smooth got into
Gotcha,
like,
Riskit.
a little debate on it, and I was like, look, I can't. Look, do I like the Xbox ecosystem? Yeah, but I could not recommend it to anyone anymore. Like,
Facts.
It's like, what-
I gotta know why.
Wait.
I gotta know why.
I gotta
Except on
give a little
PC.
pushback. Why can't you recommend it anymore?
Yeah, why?
because you can literally go anywhere else and have a better experience.
Facts.
What's better?
How so? Well, I mean, because
You
we're
go-
talking
you
about
can go
ecosystem,
to-
right?
you can
It's
go- you
everything.
can-
It's play
Let him
anywhere.
answer.
It's game.
And all that's
Hold
on
on,
PC.
let him answer.
And all that's on PC.
Facts.
Right.
For
So
cheap,
then
for
so
cheap
you're still
PlayStation,
offending the
you can go-
ecosystem, not the
What
console.
if you're not on
The
the
ecosystem.
PC though? Addict? What if you're not on
No,
PC?
I
and can afford
literally
it?
said when I started this, I cannot recommend the console. That's the how
okay,
the
my bad, my
entire
bad.
thing started.
Yeah, but let's go to the premise of console only because some people just cannot afford a good PC, and I've seen it mostly from diehards.
Okay, then get a PlayStation. You get their games there anyway.
So that's why I was asking.
Damn! Oh my God, Addict, I'm gonna send you a shirt.
Look,
I found him at Target. I found him at Target.
Here
Addict.
y'all
Here's
go.
the here's
No.
the thing.
No,
Wait,
seriously,
here
No,
y'all
no,
go.
on the
Seriously,
real, on the
let me
real.
frame it for him.
How
Let me
would
frame it for
you
you,
know
though.
on the real? How would I recommend someone to buy an Xbox when I know that there's rumors that Fable's coming out day and date on PlayStation now?
I've heard that rumor. Yes.
Damn.
Yes.
So
I
it's
didn't
just
know
like, at
about
this
that
point,
rumor.
it's like at this
Write that
point,
down.
it's
That's
like,
the next video.
look, I might enjoy the Xbox ecosystem. Now, if you're only gonna go over there and only mooch off a Game Pass and never invest, because that's
Wait,
my
why is
thing,
it
invest-
mooching?
It is mooching. I pay for my
Listen
games.
to this
No,
negativity and the tone of Xbox. Why is it
No.
mooching? You paying for it?
Can you let me finish?
I'm just asking because you say mooching. Mooching.
No, the whole
claims that
invest-
you're getting something that
the
you're
whole
taking for
point
free.
is investing into the ecosystem. Okay, now if you want to go over there and utilize Game Pass, I guess you want me to use that that phrasing. I'll use it for you. And I'll use it for you. So if you want to go over there and you want to just use Game Pass, because to me, I can't recommend anyone invest into the Xbox ecosystem if you're only on hardware. I just can't do it
Facts.
with a straight
Facts.
face.
Facts.
And
You gotta
you
go on
say
Game
why is
Pass.
it that you and why is it you say you wouldn't do it? You wouldn't suggest Xbox. Why is
Because
it?
because Microsoft doesn't. Microsoft's not trying to sell hardware. So why do you think? Why should I care if they sell hardware?
Facts.
No,
Facts.
I agree with you as far as that console sales are not their thing. They're trying to get their software led now, right? So there, I agree with you. However, you look at the services, you look at the intangibles of the Xbox ecosystem, and it's just far better than PlayStation in every conceivable way. No,
think
not
it's
even, not even
think-
an
more
ad.
than just
But-
the
You,
hardware.
hold on, let
It's
me
more
finish
than
my
just the
point. If
console.
you are a Game Pass subscriber, or if you're just in the ecosystem of Xbox, you're not going to tell me that having to pay for cloud services on PlayStation is better than Xbox. You're just not going. I'm not accepting that because we know it's false. 2, you got backward compatibility that PlayStation does not offer you. 3,
who
you got
uses
Play
cloud?
Anywhere that PlayStation does not offer you. You have Game Pass itself that PlayStation just does not offer you. So when y'all say that, you have to ignore a lot to come to that conclusion. That's why I say, yeah, I hear you on the hardware part. But we're talking about every intangible added together. You cannot just say Xbox ain't worth it. I just don't hear that.
No,
Just don't
but
add up
you
to
gotta
me.
listen to what Addict said though. Addict said he can't recommend the console.
I get it, but I'm saying
I
all
think-
those
And
intangibles
hold
come
on,
with
hold on,
the
hold
Xbox
on,
console.
hold on. And then you asked him why, and he answered because you could get a better Xbox experience everywhere else. So
No,
he's
you
agreeing.
no, you really don't.
Yes, you
only get
can.
the
You literally
software.
just said it right now.
No,
You
I
literally
didn't.
said
I
that,
was
dude.
naming all the good things you get on
Here's the
Xbox. You
thing.
didn't quit
Yeah,
reading
that was,
like-
hold on. You just said all the good things that are on Xbox, and
Yeah.
you said that you agree that the console is not good.
No, I did not. I said that I understand if he's saying that Microsoft does not care about console sales. That's not their forefront of their thing. He's right
no, they
there.
don't care about the console. Period.
No, they care. But it's
No,
just
they
not their
literally
top
said
leading thing for them, right?
said in the financial report, we expect this hardware to decline year over year. That is literally the definition of corporate saying, "Fuck that console, we don't mess with that anymore."
That's literally not what that means. So when they say they expect,
So when they literally expect
that's
that
not
the
what that
decline
means. Though. That's
continue to
fudging
go
the
crash.
lines, right? You redefining it. So when it says that they
No,
expect,
but then you tell me what that is.
I'm trying to tell you right now. I'm trying to tell you right now. When they say they expect declining sales, that means that they expect literally what they're saying. Hey, it was probably going to sell less going forward, especially with the strategy they're going with.
Okay, and I get that, but
that doesn't mean that future consoles.
Are you going to let me speak? Are you just going to continue to?
I wasn't finished that. I was saying that
finish.
future
Let him
consoles.
finish
That
that.
doesn't mean that they don't expect future consoles to sell. So you're wrong.
Wait. You think they expect future consoles to sell?
Yeah. That's why they're gonna put them out. Why else would they have it? They're gonna have it for the diehard, the hards who might want to, or who might want a console experience on Xbox side.
So explain it. I love that you have that faith. I love it because I wish I had that. How is it common sense when they put zero to sell hardware now? You're going to expect me to believe they're going to put more money to sell hardware then?
Yeah, so you're saying they're not going to have a next gen console? Is that what you're arguing?
All right.
Hold on. I want to hear his answer on this one. Are you saying?
I said I need to see it to believe it at this point.
Okay, so you don't believe that they're going to have a next gen console?
I literally have said that like 3 times at this point. I need to see it to believe it.
And I heard people say what you said where they have the skepticism, and I'm like, okay, I get it. But at this point, on all the things Phil has talked about, including even in handheld that he's alluded to many times,
but he's lied a lot. Phil has lied a lot.
He ain't lied that much, though, Doc. Come on.
What? He said only 4 games. He said only games.
And
hold on. Let me cook. He said only 4 games. Then he said we're excited to bring our games to platforms that have Game Pass.
Doc, you're not helping.
I remember him saying that. And then he said, hold on, Addict, let me finish, damn it. Then he said, hold on. Then he sat there and he said, only 4 games. I don't want this to be indicative for you guys to think that all our stuff is going everywhere. Now look at it. Then he said, no red lines, now no ring fence. That's the most honest thing he said.
Yeah.
That's the
But
most
listen, okay. Let me jump in. Real quick. So one, I completely agree with you, Addict, that you can't take everything they say at face value. Absolutely, 110%. I agree. Cool. However, you don't then go and promote Jason Ronald, right? Which is probably got a pay rise package in with that. The man who deals with the hardware, if you're not going to bring more hardware. That's 2. The other thing I'll push back on is and I can't find the tweet, but I did the math on this because my brother asked me because his stepson was like, which console should I buy? So my brother said, hey, he hears Xbox is going to die. I did the math, crunched the math on this, numbers, right? If you buy a PlayStation, and I didn't even do it with the Pro, but if you buy a PlayStation 5 and then you buy all the games that are coming out, like Doom, like Fable, like all these games, you are spending upwards at this is Australian money, upwards of $2,000, right? Just to get into the ecosystem. If you buy an Xbox, you spend your $750, your $20, $770, and you are getting those games day and date in Game Pass. So the value of the console is there. It's just that they have not pushed this correctly. They haven't done their job.
Hold on, risk
And
it.
that,
You're
and that's
wrong,
hold
bro.
up. That's hold up. That's fine, Riskit. But they've been pushing that shit this whole generation didn't sell nothing either.
Hold on.
Is that their fault though?
Hold on. Let me add this.
What
Hold
do you
on.
mean? They're the
No,
ones
hold on.
marketing and not me.
What I want to say is this.
You
I want to say
blaming the
this.
consumers
Are we
for that?
mad at them for pivoting where they basically were fighting for 6 years and then still getting beat upside the head because people did not want to buy an Xbox and leave PlayStation? Are we mad at that? Are them for pivoting?
It is not up to me to sell me an Xbox. It is up to them to give me the value of their platform for me to go buy
I'm
their
saying,
Xbox.
did they
It's
not do
the
that
other
with
way
basically making a good solid hardware, giving us Game Pass and giving us this ability to get these services through their ecosystem? That wasn't enticing? That wasn't enough?
No, it wasn't.
I'm confused.
Because they didn't pitch it. They needed. This is the problem. The problem isn't that they didn't do the right things, because I think that most generally until they started giving away, what did Garuda say? Lay on the table and open their legs, right? Up until that point, they did all the right things. The one thing they didn't do and have not done well, and we've been bitching about this since the Xbox One generation, is they don't market it, man. When they have big games, I don't see them on the side of buses. I don't see them on bus stops. I don't see them in the fucking billboards as I drive down my freeway. And I'm in Australia. I'm in Western Australia. It's even smaller, but you don't see it in Sydney. You don't see it in Melbourne. And when PlayStation launches God of War Ragnarok, I can't turn around and take a piss without seeing God of War Ragnarok on the side of a bus, on a billboard. They don't do the traditional marketing well, man. And they haven't done. They need to get out and beat the fucking street, because casuals aren't sitting there watching YouTube all day like us, checking out podcasts, watching people like us argue about whether Xbox is viable or not. But that's the one thing that they fucked up, and they really need to do that properly, man.
I'm going to push back on something here for a second, because this is the same PlayStation that, outside of, let's say, Astrobot, which is the last kind of big release, they've basically still dominated the sales category without hardly releasing anything really like substantive for first party over the last year and a half. And yet they're still king because of what? The zeitgeist and the name alone of who they are. That is what Xbox has been fighting.
They built that name through
just that alone.
generations.
Exactly. But that's enough to the point that no matter what Xbox was doing, could not get over that hump to get that casual PlayStation person to sit there and think first in their head, I might consider buying an Xbox. That you can go a year and a half of hardly releasing your bangers like you're used to. They would have 3 bangers per year, right? 3 to 4 per year. They haven't had that so much so far this year, right? And yet still, they've been dominating 2-1 in sales just because of the name.
5 to 1.
All right, so that's what. So Xbox is just saying like, yo, we were trying, we were still getting our teeth kicked in.
Right.
So now we're gonna pivot.
Listen,
We want to still be
just real
viable.
quick,
We're
guys.
gonna
I got a call from the CEO of the company that I work at, and they don't call me unless something's really going on. So I got to dip for 2 seconds, and I'll be right back.
All right, we'll fight amongst ourselves. So again, coming back.
Umbra's like, me first.
Pause.
Move.
Yes, me first. Take an elbow drop, Addict. No, but Addict, thanks for jumping in. I don't want it to sound like we, trying to trash you. I don't want you to get the wrong idea. But we're gonna have a
I'm way
Wait,
Addict.
can I come to Addict's defense a little bit here? Because I think my perspective is a little bit different.
Don't show him any grace. Don't please. No, don't.
Addict is right. You can't represent the concept.
Boy says I don't want to make you feel like you're being jumped, and then don't show him any grace.
Yes, jump him, Holly. Don't.
No.
Go ahead.
So here's the thing. I think that in a sense, if you're talking to somebody who's brand new to gaming, doesn't have any console, they're looking for something for themselves. Like I saw somebody in the chat earlier say PlayStation's too expensive for me because I have 5 kids. And for me to be able to buy that game, buy multiple consoles, all that stuff, and then have all of these services, right? It's just too much. For me to bring that and afford that for my kids, Game Pass is a much better option for me. Cool. But if it's somebody just brand new, I don't blame you for saying PlayStation is probably where you should go. Because he's right? All of the games are going there. So if you're starting off like a fresh 7-pound, 3-ounce baby who's picking up a console for the first time, it probably is the best place to go. But I personally would always say PC is probably where you should go because
there you go.
Cool your tits. So the other part of it is that I think that if you do have I think there's another console coming. I think there's one more generation that Xbox will
At the
do.
very least, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's one.
I gotta see
I
it.
think it's
They've-
one.
They've already made me. I gotta see it. I'm sorry. Here's the thing.
But-
when I'm sitting here looking, hold up. When I'm sitting here looking at the landscape, and I'm sitting here looking at what they're doing to sell the current console, because people act like, oh, they're just gonna pick up the ball next gen. You start where you end from the previous gen.
Yeah,
that's how
you're
every
right.
generation's ever went. You start from that brand recognition from the previous gen and move to the forward to the next gen. And to me, how are you going to damage the brand this bad in terms of hardware at the end of this gen and expect me to believe that you're just going to magically switch stuff up the beginning of next gen?
Well, look at the Wii U.
I don't think their intent.
Look at
Hold
the
on.
Wii
I
U,
don't
then
think their
look at the Switch.
intent. I don't think their intent on trying to up their hardware sales at this point. I think they look at it like they looked at the Surface division forever. We will make a very, very nice console. And if you want to buy our console, it will be here for you.
Agreed.
But
And then our
console
games will
is
be
not
everywhere
our
else.
primary focus, but we will provide it, and it will not be subsidized. It will be full price. They will recoup money on all of them. And eventually, we've seen what's happened with Surface. They're down to like one SKU left, and Surface was the best PC on the market. It's just the way it went. They were just
They let
goes
panels
right
go,
back
so
to
that was
what
the
I
problem
said
with
a
that,
minute
but
ago.
I feel you.
It goes right back to what I said a minute ago, which is that they're going to have the Xbox platform as a supplement because they still have to provide a console for the people who are using Game Pass. They still have to provide that. So they're not going to say, hey, get all your games over there on PlayStation. If that was the case, they'll let us know ahead of time. There's not going to be another Xbox.
And
But
they have a lot
let me
of
throw this last
people-
part out there. On top of that, I would push back on the thought that PlayStation would be the best place to go if you're starting off fresh. You have to
What do you
buy
play?
everything over there.
And also, what do you play?
Versus-
No, what do you play?
Not even that. What do you play is a matter
what
of
I'm saying, like,
it's
if you're
nuance.
saying
this
to
is cat.
yourself,
This is
I
cat.
mainly
Whoa,
play
whoa, 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 whoa,
COD
whoa!
or
Hang on.
whatever.
Let Umbra get his buzz out. Let Umbra get his
quiet
buzz
for a
out.
while.
It's nuance, right? So what do you play? Dante is right. What do you play?
I waited the
and
longest.
so if she did wait the longest, to be fair.
She already
but-
spoke. She already spoke.
I got cut off by Umbra again.
Well, you
For the
Go,
billionth
go.
time.
All right.
Amber
Let Umbra
don't
get his
even
buzz
got a
out.
camera. Amber don't even got a camera. Mute it.
I know, right? Somehow he in there, right?
How he you
Listen,
don't even know who that could be
listen.
Phil.
You don't need a
Catch your
camera.
strays,
when
dog.
you
Catch
spit
your
the
strays.
facts
Sorry,
out.
fam.
You don't need a camera, right?
He probably
So-
pooping while he's giving this little
Hey,
speech he's doing.
If I can
He
poop
over there
on
playing on
y'all
his
both
PlayStation
verbally
right now.
while I'm doing
You
it
can drop
physically.
shit while dropping shit.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
hear you.
Yes, right. He just got crap coming out all ends of himself at the same time.
Go, go, go,
Sorry,
go,
my
go.
bad, but
Let
Doc,
Umbra
Doc,
let Umbra
Doc,
get his buzz out.
Go ahead.
Let Umbra
Amber,
get his
finish and
buzz
let
out.
Doc
We'll go
get
to
his buzz
Doc.
in.
But it's nuance,
Yeah,
and that's why I say we keep going to where, oh, this is that, but we leaving out a ton of nuance. Dante was right. What do you play? And a lot of these casual gamers are not just playing what we play. They are the ones who are going to sell these consoles through. If I'm going to pitch a sale to somebody who doesn't have a PlayStation or an Xbox, I'm going to pitch them Xbox because of the affordability, because you have the S, you have the X too, of course, if they want a more stronger console, and you got Game Pass. No matter how many people want to try to dismiss it, no matter how you try to word it as mooching addict, which you did, and I'm not trying to diss you, but that's how you
And I'll say
worded
it again, mooching.
Yeah, and you
well,
would be wrong.
act like I have an
And
issue
you would be
stating
wrong.
that.
I'm
I've been
just
using
saying.
Game Pass for like 6
Sure.
years.
I don't care how long you use it. You still
That's
wrong.
right. We're mooching. That's right. I
No,
know.
you calling yourself being a moocher don't mean that's mooching when you buy it. You're
I'm a
buying,
new
you're paying
Games
into
fan.
that.
I buy my
How
game.
you gonna how are you gonna determine how I
Riskit.
define
Can I
something?
go
I don't
Riskit?
care how you determine
up.
you define it, you're still wrong.
Mute
But my
both of
point
them.
because you're not getting it free.
Get in there, Doc.
Look up the
Doc, jump
definition
in.
of mooching. What's mooching? Right? Look that up.
Let's not worry about. Let's not worry about the mooch.
You have no authority on determining how I do anything.
I could not care less how you word it for yourself.
Then why
I'm
have you
saying that
been
you're
explaining
wrong.
it
Can
multiple
I
times?
go? Can I
If
go?
I tell you the
All
sky
right,
is green, that don't mean that I'm right.
Dante, don't
I don't
do
care
it.
if I
Let Doc
define
get
it
his
myself.
Dante, don't
The sky
do
is
this to me,
green.
Dante.
Let him get his bars. Let Doc get his
Dante,
bars.
let-
Go ahead, Doc.
By
Doc get it.
the very definition of the
Doc
word
get it.
mooch, he's wrong.
Let's
The
let
mooch
Doc.
is to-
Let's
Are you?
Let me hold on.
So
Let me
for
just say
someone
this.
that don't care,
Mooching
you
does-
care less.
Umbra, let somebody else talk, man.
I'm not finished. You talking about let somebody
You
else talk? I'm
never
not
finish.
finished. Yeah, so let me finish. If I can finish, then I'll be finished. If to buy the mooch is to get or obtain something for free, You're paying for
Jesus
Game Pass.
Christ.
So
It's cheap,
again,
it's cheap,
it's
it's
you're
cheap.
wrong, brother. Whatever which way you want to spend it, and you can throw out these.
Okay, are you done?
Oh
Are
my
you done?
God, you're still wrong. So
Are
my
you
point
done?
of it is-
All right.
No, I'm not. So my point of it is if I'm going to pitch something to somebody as far as a console, it's going to be the Xbox because of affordability. But then it goes back to what matters to you as a gamer. Nuance, it matters, and y'all just like nah, this just because it is because Xbox games over there. That's not all that comes into a factor of why somebody gets something. Just that simple.
Okay.
I'm finished now, by the way.
Thank you. Can I
Respect.
go
Give it
now?
30 seconds.
All right, Doc, do your thing.
I'm not gonna take that long. Umbra, do you use Steam sales?
I don't look at sales. That's a PlayStation gamer thing.
No, we don't. We pay full price. No, do you use Steam sales? Steam sales. Steam. You know you're a PC gamer. You don't
I
buy
love
stuff on-
Steam. Yes,
Do you like
what
do
about
you
it?
like their Do you like their sales? They have amazing sales.
They're pretty
Yeah,
good
yeah,
at
yeah.
sales. Yes,
You like their sales?
they're pretty good. Yes,
You take advantage of their sales.
I take advantage of sales on no matter what platform. Yes.
That's right. So mooching to take advantage of someone's kindness. There you go. You a moocher too. Anyways, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Hold on.
So you just
Let's
go,
go. Don't
just
mute me.
bastardize the
Don't
word.
mute
Huh?
me.
Oh my gosh.
You a muter. You a muter.
He
You a
slow
muter.
walk.
You a
He slow
muter.
walked us
Stop
up
it.
to it too.
Stop
You ain't
it.
slick.
You see what happens when you go full
Y'all,
PlayStation?
y'all.
Oh damn.
I wanted to say something about when Riskit, when you were talking to your nephew, right? It's your nephew? Is it your
Yeah.
nephew? You say your stepbrothers, your
No,
stepbrother.
I don't know if it's I don't know if you call him a nephew, but whatever he is to me is my brother's stepson. Yeah.
Yeah, he's your nephew. He's your step nephew then. Okay. Isn't that what it is? I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Anyways, listen, him, right? If you actually recommended that he gets a Xbox based off of price, right? Instead of a PlayStation. And you're thinking about the games that are coming. The same thing that Umbra said right now, right? Because with the games and everything, right? I'm going to tell you right now, you're wrong. If you're talking about a console to recommend the most casual people, you should recommend a PlayStation because we all know you're not playing every single game that's dropping. That's not what casuals do. They're going to look at some of these big games that are going to come out and they're going to want to buy it. What's going to happen
What
to you is-
games?
Wait for a minute. Wait
What?
for a minute. Wait
What
for me.
games? They
Wait,
don't have
let me
any
finish.
games.
They're going to get all the games, brother. They're going
What
to have
games?
all the games.
What games
They
though?
don't have any
Okay.
games.
I'm gonna use the same example. You said he watched the direct, right?
Right.
He watched the direct, right? And he saw Doom, right? Right?
No, I didn't see that.
He was excited about Doom. You say he was excited about Doom.
Doom that's coming to Game
Nah,
Pass.
he didn't
Shut
say
up.
Yeah, he did.
Of
He did
course
say
he
that.
did.
Yes, exactly.
Talking about the same Doom that's coming to
guess
Game
what?
Pass. Doc,
Yes.
or-
Hold on.
okay.
But Doom is gonna go. Doom is gonna go to freaking PlayStation.
Yeah, for
Let's
70.
just hold on. Let's just say is he a Spider-Man fan by any chance? Is he a Wolverine
No one
fan
likes.
by any
No one
chance?
likes. No one likes Spider-Man and Wolverine.
By
man.
any
What are you talking
freaking
about?
chance? Is
That-
it possible? The whole point is all these casuals are not buying and playing every single game. Hell, if you got Game Pass, you're not buying and playing every single game. So don't come at me with that. We already got the numbers. We saw the Indiana Jones number. 4 million people played it when there's 30-something million Game Pass players, right? So I haven't even touched Ninja Gaiden yet, right?
I would
But the
say
whole
most
thing is
casuals don't
everything-
buy than like. I would say most casuals probably don't buy more than 2 to 3 games a year.
Exactly.
Right, but
they
that
will play the Call of
that
Duties
boils
and all
down
that
to
stuff.
my thing that I just want to push back a little bit. But and I hate to say pushback, but I want to challenge a little bit on what Holly and Addict mentioned earlier about recommending the PlayStation first. And it's nothing against that. This is not a console war thing, but not asking someone what their intent is everything, right? Because we're making the assumption that the casual is I definitely play Spider-Man, I definitely play God of War, because those are the exclusive games on the PlayStation side that you're going to be missing out on if you basically buy an Xbox, right? Well, if you're someone who you mainly play COD and NBA 2K and you don't touch my brother does not hardly play third-person adventure games. He's basically a shooter guy, right? He's Halo, he's COD, and and a few other games, but that's it. He plays those games on rotation year after year after year, and so does his friends.
They're all on PlayStation, though.
No, he's on Xbox.
But I'm
he's
saying
talking
all
about-
of those
talking about
games
the
in the
game.
future are going to be on PlayStation.
Also, but if you're in Xbox in the ecosystem and you're probably paying for Game Pass, you're probably getting those games at no additional cost of Game Pass, right?
But people that only buy 2 to 3 games a year don't buy Game Pass.
Maybe, but I'm just, but again,
I would
nor-
say there is a good amount of the two,
having
but
someone
why the
understanding what
Series S is
someone's
so
game
much
preference
great,
is
right?
is everything versus just saying, oh, well, I know this console has this and you're most likely going to want to play that. You can't make the assumption that everybody wants to definitively play God of War and Spider-Man.
I'm not saying that.
No one
I'm
made
just
the
I'm
saying
not
assumption.
saying you are.
we're
but
saying
hold on,
that
hold on,
you,
hold on.
you got to ask what type of games
No.
do you play?
No,
No,
but
no.
Dante, the
Hold on,
option is there.
stop.
So hold on. Let me say this real quick. Your friend right there that you were talking about, that's only playing 2 games, right? 2 games. Let's say he bought those games full price, right? That's $140. Versus if he subscribes to Game Pass Ultimate, because that's the one he would need, right? Game Pass Ultimate, not even Game Pass Core. That's $240 versus 140. What are we talking about? If
Yeah,
he's
but
only playing
the
2 to
same
3
price.
games,
But hold on,
it's
you can
cheaper
make
for
that
him.
same purchase on Xbox if all you're gonna do is 2
But you're-
games.
Yes,
You can make
okay,
that
hold
purchase
on,
on
hold
Xbox.
on,
So
hold
what's,
on,
hold on.
what's the difference?
Here-
What's stopping
here-
me?
here's the thing. I don't.
Hold on. This is the difference. You have a bigger variety of what those 2 games are on.
But I
PlayStation.
only play a couple games per year. I don't care
Yeah,
about the
you're
variety.
arguing for
So why are
games
you
you're never gonna touch.
specifically? Why are you directing me to one console for a bunch of games that I'm not going to play, where the other console has the
Hey.
same games?
So that
but
you have the option to
the
play it.
problem is,
Yeah, but
What the
is
option
that
gonna
they,
matter if you ain't gonna
Again,
play them?
Attic, you just said
Hey,
that a
hey,
lot of people pay for 2 games per year,
No.
right? For a couple games. So if both of
Let's-
those games
let's-
are on
let's-
both
let's-
consoles,
let's-
why are you directing me to PlayStation?
because
Exactly, because PlayStation
there
should-
are
when I-
a few
hold on,
there, because there are a few
Let's ask Attic a
random
question.
games that come out that people say, "Oh, I might try that." And those few random games are going to always be on PlayStation,
Right.
and they're
Exactly.
not going to always be on Xbox.
Right.
Attic, let's jump into Attic because Attic's trying to get in.
Most of the time when I have conversations with people about where to play, what games to buy, the only time value comes up is if there's something on sale. Most of the time when people ask me about something, where's the best games? Point blank period. Now, if we're going strictly off on monetary value, then yes, Game Pass would come into a huge clutch in that conversation. But I go off games before value. Value's important, but if I'm going to go now, if PC had PlayStation games day and date, I would never even look at a PlayStation. But the simple fact of the matter, it doesn't. So if we go off strictly value, which I think is very disingenuous to act like everyone goes off strictly value when it comes to gaming, because most people will buy the games that they want to play that's not on Game Pass. So to me,
clearly.
So that's my opinion on the matter. Now, I'm not saying that Game Pass doesn't have any value whatsoever, because it does. It is a very valuable service. But if someone would come up to me, which most of the conversation always goes the same way, yo, Addict, man, where's the best place for me to invest some money right now, man? What's the best games on? Now, there's great games on Xbox. But at the same time, I feel like I'd be disingenuous to be like, look, you can get Xbox for value, but you have to go into $300 to $500 to get that value, and then you completely shut a lockdown to get access to anything else that's not in that ecosystem. Now we're acting like you guys have a lot of hope that these companies like Square Enix and them are going to continue to support a system. Let's say next gen happens and they say a fraction. I personally have a hard time believing that these third parties, when we're already seeing games miss the platform, that's not going to get worse as time goes on.
So
Hang on, okay.
I agree with you there.
Games are not missing. Games are not missing the platform.
There's like a couple of games that have issues, but I hear you. I hear you.
But hang on. Let me get in. Hang on. Unless they're making deals with PlayStation, they are not missing the platform. There's 3 games. Literally 3. Everyone says 2, but there's actually 3 games that missed the platform, and that had to do with technical issues because there's a potato that they're going to worry about, right? So you can't. I don't think that's a valid sort of point to that whole third party skipping Xbox is really not happening, man. And then if you want to play that game, we got to go back to Steam. There's a whole bunch of games on Steam that aren't on PlayStation, aren't on Xbox, that are skipping the PlayStation platform, right? So you can sort of cut that back across. That's choices of the developers, and it's not. There are some games that come on Xbox that don't go onto PlayStation as well. We just don't talk about them because they're not the zeitgeist. So
out of curiosity, Riskit, and this is just all speculation. No one knows what's going to happen. It could work out well for them. But out of curiosity, right now, they're not selling the greatest hardware by any means of the stretch of the imagination. So let's say next gen starts and they sell 5 to 10 million the first year. and then it kind of flatlines after that. So you think that third-party developers are going to put the resources behind to continuously supporting a platform like that? Now, you can feel that way, and that's fine. But to me, I don't trust corporate, because the first thing corporate does, where's the bottom line? I can cut that bitch out right now. And to
That's
me,
fair. That's fair. And if that happens, then that's something we have to address at that time.
in one basket.
Yeah, that's fair, and that's something to address at that time. But I mean, I go back to what Holly kind of mentioned beforehand, right? In terms of, and also what Umbra mentioned, that you want people within one of your services, which is
you never mentioned me, Dante.
my bad, my bad, Doc. My bad, Doc.
Just say like I said something.
My bad. You too, Doc. But no, talk about like you need a delivery system for Game Pass, and you got to, and I can't see them not trying to push that delivery system, because like PC Game Pass and getting games directly from the Windows Store isn't going to be the better performing one compared to buying games directly from Steam and getting them to perform on your PC.
That's
so
a
you're not going to
fact.
push everybody
That's
to
a
sit there and say,
fact.
oh, I'm going to go ahead and just switch over to PC, and because Game Pass is there, where like the Steam version of the game probably performs better than the Windows Store version of the game, right?
But
so
you
still need a
wouldn't know
delivery
that unless you're
method,
actually looking
and
at
that's
it.
going to be the console. So I can't see them saying that we're just, yeah, now we're good. We're, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it happens, then yeah, we as the consumer have to reassess. And I hear you. It's a valid concern. I'm just not there yet. I need to wait to see that actually develop, and then I'd have to
Here's the
reassess as a
thing,
consumer
right.
what I want to do.
I gotta start heading out, guys. So can I say something?
Yeah.
My last bar before I head out.
Absolutely. We got to wrap soon.
My bad, Risky. I've been here 2 hours. My bad. All right, listen. I everything everybody's saying is really good. And Addict brought up a point that, what are these third-party developers going to do if they see a platform that's not being supportive or not actually selling well, stuff like that. I think that the rumor that's going around of Xbox making a hybrid PC-like console makes extreme sense, because at that point, it's to be the same thing as a developer just developing a game for PC and developing a game for PlayStation. And that makes 100% sense. And listen, I'm a huge fan of all these PC handhelds, and the amount of stuff that you could do to make it seem like a console. I'm sure that Xbox could probably put their mind together and figure out a UI that's like hidden behind Windows or something like that. I mean, Steam does it, you know what I mean? But I'm sure Xbox would probably do it better. So when you have a box, it looks like a console, sounds like a console, quacks like a console, but it's not really a console. It's actually a PC in disguise. And that way they don't got to worry about developers developing for our platform. Like, no, you're developing for PC. That's what you're doing, And then it just happens they can play here. That to me makes a lot of sense. If they do something like that, I'm all about it. To Holly's point, Holly also spoke about the Surface, right? The reason Microsoft is not worried about Surface is because other manufacturers make computers that still run their program. Yep. If they start doing that as well, right? I mean, I got 3 months of Game Pass with this, right? I got 3 months of Game Pass with the Lenovo Legion Go. I got 3 months.
The overhead for Xbox is probably way higher than it is to run Surface.
Yeah. So,
but then you start getting into third-party consoles, which is where you're headed.
Right, which again, I'm all about it. Maybe that is another way that Xbox does something different next generation, and then that gives us more choices as well. But thank you everybody for letting me hop on. This was amazing.
Dude, thanks for coming through.
Have we
let people know where they can find you.
That was mad fun. Mad fun having you in, man.
Appreciate y'all. Back to Xbox or
not yet, man. I'm sitting here getting stats from the ponies anyway, so I gotta keep going. Papi, I can do this.
Somebody gift that man a month of Game Pass. He'll be right back tomorrow.
Buy him a 3-month pass.
Let's get him back.
Shout out to you, Doc.
Hey, I appreciate you guys. You guys have a good one. Hey, Umbra.
Love, brother. What's up, brother?
God don't make mistakes. Turn on that.
Thank you.
Don't worry about it. All right.
You give him crap.
Yes, sir.
Good to see you.
All right, bro.
Thanks for coming through, Doc. Man, I'm gonna get to the super chats before we kick on, guys, because they're piling up. And shout out to Doc. And if you want to find out where Doc is, check out his channel links. They'll be in the description after the show. I had something pretty serious happen at work that I got to deal with after this, so I definitely want to get a little bit more, and then we'll wrap after these super chats, because these guys obviously, they spend money. We want to read them out and obviously want to discuss, because if there's some stuff that comes up. So we'll start off with Lotus. No, we already read that. We'll start off with Make It Simple with $2 super chat. He said Xbox Play. He said Xbox Play Anywhere is the future. And yeah, listen, they need to get that right, because at the moment, not every game is Xbox Play Anywhere. You're just talking about first parties, and if you're just doing it with first parties, meaning it's not as effective. If you're having your third parties on Xbox when you purchase them when they're playing anywhere, well, now you're talking to me. Make it simple with the $5 super chat. He said Xbox Play Anywhere is legit. Buy one copy of Final Fantasy Pixel. Oh, we did this. Buy one collection. You can play it on console, PC, cloud, mobile, pro, consumer. It is a pro consumer move, but they need to expand on that 110%. Damn. Max City Ed says, damn, we got all the Infinity Stones tonight. Shout out to you, Mac. Appreciate you coming through, man. Make it simple with a $2 super chat says, no one talks about Xbox customer support. It is underrated. Yeah, well, I mean, they needed a robust customer support, and they built that up through the Xbox 360 generation. We won't talk about why they did that because
the red ring.
Make it simple again with the $5 super chat. Shout out to you, man. Really appreciate you. Said shout out to James Thomas. If Nintendo sold 30 million on the Wii U and bounced back, Xbox is fine. People be tripping.
I threw that out
Yeah,
there,
that's what
by
I
the
mean.
way. I didn't get a chance to elaborate, but I was going to say the Wii U was one that terrible hardware. People hated it. Bounced right back with the Switch.
That's right, and that's right. We and Addict. There's more. I want to get through these super chats, but I want to come back on something that you said. Wasn't the mooching thing, man? I wasn't worried about it. You can call me a moocher all you want.
I'm a moocher. Like I don't understand. People got offended by that, man. I'd be eating good every month. Like.
Garuda Intruder with the $5 super chat says, how can you all be fighting when I literally just got a 50-90?
He is a troll in chat all night about that 50-90.
Shut up.
Yeah. And he said he wasn't going to buy it either. And the performance lift is not even worth it, man. Crazy what people will spend. You send me that 4080, maybe I'll come around. So, Gaming Addict, are you mooching off Netflix? Yeah,
Absolutely.
you say the same thing.
Absolutely. I'm mooching off Netflix. I just watched that whole Squid Game season 2, and I loved every second of that.
Was it good? I have to check that out.
Good.
Yeah, but they did that thing where they kind of be like cliffhanger mid-season. Stay tuned for next year for the
a lot of
second.
No,
half.
it's this year. They just said it's coming out.
But at the time,
but yeah, at least
so
it's not 2 years in between.
True.
Well, a lot of companies are starting to go towards that. Like I watch anime, so like there's a show called Attack on Titan. There was 5 final seasons of seasons.
Like, exactly. Like there's like 3 or 4 episodes. It's like wait for next year for the next half of yada yada yada, and then they extended it 3 or 4 times.
You know who did that first? Breaking Bad.
I prefer that than what like anime companies are doing, where they'll make like the first arc a movie and then make me rewatch the arc in the anime. I'm like, dude, stop that shit. Like.
We're going to Lotus Spree with the $20 super chat. Shout out to you. He says, Infinite Umbra feel better now. I think it's good having passionate conversations. I don't think Umbra's he can speak for himself
in the chat because they were just showing Holly all the love. I'm like, yo, where's my love at from you?
He was begging again. He was jelly.
I just didn't understand all the Holly love.
So listen, we do got to wrap because I got something sort of serious happening in the background. You don't get the phone call that I just got.
Gotcha.
If you don't. But,
Yo, Addict, thanks for stepping in, bro.
No problem.
There's a couple of things I want to just quickly discuss before we do get out. I probably got about another 10, 15. Look, so Addict, you would have been hearing like, and you say you don't believe the next console coming out. And listen, man,
it's not that I don't believe it.
He's like, I believe it when I see it.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm cautious. It's like at this point, you got to show me, and you don't tell me. You got to show me because they said a lot of stuff during that court hearing, and clearly all that was changed in 4 months. And you want me to believe that this couldn't be changed? Like I got to see it at this point. Like you want me to invest, I got to see commitment before I put money down.
I've heard people say that to your point. I get it. I just don't have any fear of that. And I think if you look at all the evidence of what's coming, I think it's pretty obvious that the next gen console is happening.
And I feel you, but like the October before they went multi-plat, Phil Spencer saying they got to do a better job with messaging on other consoles like Ori, and that they failed in that perspective. It was at like the Gamescom, like 6 months before that, 6 months after that, we go multi-plat, everything's going everywhere. So it's just like, and I mean, you had people in the hearing that was saying that PlayStation uses the money that they get to buy exclusives. And that's the reason they bought the ABK. And then 6 months after that, now everything's everywhere. So what's that about? Like,
Yeah. I mean,
do you think that's more high level in terms of like these decisions
and see
that are happening right now? Do you think that's more high level where they're like, yo, nah, y'all
complete
gotta
high
pivot?
level,
Yeah,
complete like complete high level, and that's my point. Like people are acting like Phil, Sarah Bond, Matt Booty are gonna like co-sign doing it if it happens. No, in my opinion, if they cut the cord, it has not like they had no control over doing. Kind of like they have no control over everything going third party. Like,
true. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I feel that this is high level. This is like you guys got to basically show us why we're putting this money there, and you need to
but
basically sell as many games as possible.
That's not really how sort of things go down in the boardroom. You can't just point to one person. You can't point to Tim, the CFO, and you can't point to Sadia. These boardrooms, they have conversations where they all come to an agreement. It's not like one just gets browbeaten down. Phil 110% said, look, they would have showed him what he needs to return on investment. They would have shown him the targets he needs to hit, and they would have said, this is how we project if we put our games on PlayStation, we can hit. And Phil would be 100% down with it, man. He'd be like, yeah, I got to hit these targets. Maybe I don't want to do this with the business, but I got to hit these targets because that's my job. And so, yeah, we're going to do it. So it's not like Phil is not complicit. He is 110% complicit.
No, I'm not
complicit.
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, at the end of the day, the last call isn't just Phil's. It's a board, and the thing is,
right.
It's easy. It's easy to go into a board conversation when you have good numbers backing up your industry, but it's a lot harder if the quarter keeps going the way it is, where they're not making as much money or any money. And then instead of having the conversation on, well, how can we save money in this because we're bleeding money, and like, well, the Xbox ain't the hardware is not doing this. Cut it. That's my thing. Is you get to the point where it's not about what's right for the consumer. It's not about what's right for the gaming industry, because clearly they're doing something that no industry's doing, putting everything on everyone and still wanting to sell hardware, because no one's doing this on anything. There's exclusives almost in every industry, and to me, this is like one of those scenarios where it's just it's not in their hands. It's one day, if they can't right the ship in terms of profitability, I'm worried that corporate's going to do what corporate does best: cut the fat out.
Yeah, and again, that's what I wanted to sort of come to. I mean, you would have heard what we've heard. Been hearing stuff since probably mid 2024 about what they're doing with the next console. And if they do that with the next console, which is the Steam, the stores, the PC operating system, the integration across handhelds. If they do that sort of stuff, and then they're selling that at a profit, I see that generation going, and I believe that they are doing that because they've got a team working on forward compatibility and a team working on backward compatibility. You don't use that language if you're not changing how your system operates. That doesn't happen. Your system, there must be a complete overhaul of what they're doing with the actual hardware for that to be a thing. So I think you got to sort of lift the curtain a little bit.
They show me that. I'll still be skeptical until I see exactly how it sells, but that's fine. But until the amount of times that this company has told me something and didn't do that, or just completely reversed it, or switched from one business model to another, it's not much of a stretch for me to they just wake up one day and be like, you know what, we're gonna have a vote next week about keeping the hardware. And to me, at that point, it's either the vote goes.
We've heard a few times about like how Xbox was potentially considered to be, either shut down or sold off, a few times over the years. So, that's legit. I wouldn't blame anybody for having a level of skepticism when it comes to decisions that a company can make. You got to be an idiot to think that a company can't make the better decision for them. So,
and what I get annoyed with is like people act like I'm like one of these like, these channels that just hate on the brand. No, I have been messing with this brand for decades, but at the same time, I got to be realistic with the situation. As much as I would love for it to be around indefinitely, that's not plausible. That's not how corporation works. It's not making money. In my mind, corporate's going to do what corporate does best. They're going to cut it. Do I hope that happens? No, I hope exactly what they want is going to happen. It's going to work exactly the way they think it is. They're going to make all this money, and they're going to offset the costs to keep the hardware around. And I hope that happens. Like, people will like have this giant scheme that like Addict hates the Xbox brand. No, I literally have an Xbox right here. Like that's not the case. The thing is I want this to be around because I don't want to play on PlayStation and PC. Like,
Yeah, man.
I hear you. No,
I
for
get
real,
it.
I get it.
Yeah, I get it. And I don't blame you for having a more grounded view of it when it comes to that either. I just feel like again, I think that they've laid the groundwork for what's to come. And I think if you really looking at it, you see that they have something coming for us. I don't know if that'll be just the last gen though.
Yeah, I mean that's what we think, right? We believe that the next one is definitely coming. Who knows what the future is beyond whatever the next console is? But that's going to be up to us as consumers, like, you know, because like it's not just us, the old heads, who are buying it, right? Because we're going to probably keep re-up as long as we love gaming. But it's them trying to capture this younger generation of gamers to basically buy consoles, right? And that's the part that probably where they're really like not seeing inroads. Because if the younger generations are just playing on PC or playing on some type of handheld device and not really buying consoles, it's like, well, you're going to run out of old heads after a while, right? So it's interesting to see like what's going to happen with gaming and the console generation in the next 3 to 5 years.
110%, man. Look, I believe that there will be another console. I think there will be. Addict, I can understand your skepticism, though. But the thing and I'll say to the chat, because there's some guys in the chat that have said a couple of things. Normally, our chat's pretty cool. But look, I'll say to the chat and to anyone who's listening, if you're watching, like, what you want is a creator like Addict. What you want is a creator like me, like Holly, like Dante, like Umbra. We're going to tell you what we think. We could be wrong. We could be right. But we're going to tell you what we think. We're not going to tell you.
People be acting like we act like insiders. Like we have the lottery numbers. It's like I literally have said on multiple times. I hope I'm wrong. This is just my opinion on the landscape. I've been following the industry for a decade. Like
exactly, and we're not blowing smoke up your ass. We're not going to tell you it's all good when it's not, or when I believe it's not. You know, and we have differing opinions, and that's why we get on the show and we talk about it and go through things. Addict, thanks for jumping on, man. Look, it sort of goes without saying where to find you. Quickly, with Make It Simple, the $5 super chat, he says, Addict, I don't disagree with you, but they have to respect our libraries. Microsoft will lose market trust in all areas if they did that to their gamers, and that's absolutely true. But Addict, let people know where they can find you. Your channel, Iron Lords podcast, let people know where they are. That'll be down the links at the end of the show. Check that out. And thanks for coming through, Addict.
I appreciate it. Yeah, you can find me on Gaming Addict. You can find me on Addict Arena. That's my streaming channel. ILP every Sunday at 1 p.m. You can find me in those situations. I appreciate you letting me brute my way onto the show.
That's good, man. It's always good to have differing opinions. I love that shit. Holly, another fantastic week. Let people know where they can find you, what you'd be up to if you got any more coins coming. Hang on 2 seconds. Break chat with the Canadian $2 says, okay, mobile, where is Forza Halo Gears mobile? Yeah, well, true. They did talk a lot about mobile, and that's what it was about. We got that wrong. I'll say 100%. Like, we got that wrong. Holly, let people know where they can find you, what's going on, how coins, blah, 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 all that stuff.
Yeah.
How you take?
So I just want to say real fast too, like, even though I said I would tell a newbie, right, PlayStation is the console that I would recommend for the next generation, etc. I still love my Xbox, and I still think the Xbox is an actual better platform, but for the other reasons that we talked about, that's kind of why I said the other one. But
Yeah,
it's true.
'cause,
It's true.
of
I
paying up
love
all
my
the
Xbox. I have both. I enjoy the ecosystem on Xbox more. I enjoy the controller more. All of the things, right? But in all reality, if you're looking for a gaming console and you've never had one before, moving forward, that's probably what I would recommend.
So you
Anyway.
explain your betrayal. I got you. Thank you.
But in all reality, I recommend PC first out of everything. So, it's just,
Holly, let people know where they can find you and any other information you want to hand out to people. And Phase 23 Brooklyn with the 199 super chat says best episode of your podcast to listen to. Well, keep listening.
he loves
They're
all
only
the
going to get better.
slander. He likes all the
Now you
ponies.
taste.
Yeah. So Tuesday nights at 5 p.m. Central, I'm on the Renegade Realm podcast, which is with Red Wolf Renegade on his channel. And we have coins. We've got the indie coins. And we should
Oh my
have
God, that was
Avowed coins coming pretty soon.
Holly, you are the best. Can I get a coin?
Couple weeks or so. Shut up.
Okay.
So, and chat, thank you very much for all of the love. And Lotus, you are amazing. And everybody else, Big Bad Mo, it is always an enjoyment to read your chat because you just make me laugh. So, and everybody else too. Thank you, and see you Tuesday and or next Friday.
Absolutely,
Thanks,
Umbra.
Addict,
Let
for
people know
popping
where you-
in, and Doc Dark for the comedic entertainment value that he brings. So,
Doc
That's
is hilarious. Umbra, let people know where they can find you. What you be up to? Talk about the fix and all that good salutation stuff.
Salutations. Yeah, listen, this was fun. I love lively debates like this. Addict, thanks for joining in, brother. Appreciate it. Even if, listen, I'm never going to be like, hey, we got to agree or blah, blah, blah. We're going to get heated in discussions always.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm on.
And you, yeah.
I'm on
you
some of
always
the,
welcome.
the most heated podcast that's
I
on.
yeah, I know. I know. I see y'all. Yeah, no, but you always welcome to crash, man. Anytime you want to jump in, I'm sure everybody.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Shout out to Doc, our favorite resident now pony now who betrayed us all. Of course, if you all actually believe he
See,
betrayed,
I ain't going that far. I ain't no. We ain't doing no PlayStation shirts. I don't own that. You know, if you like, I own a PlayStation shirt. I own a PlayStation because I like to play their exclusives.
There you
But
go.
that sucker's unplugged behind my TV, and it's not been plugged in since Astro Ball. It's like I don't like the platform. That's one of the reasons I go so hard, because I want to do. I know without a doubt, if the hardware ceases to exist in the future, and I got to go on PC or PlayStation, Addict did what Addict could have done.
There you go.
Addict did
There we
everything
go.
Addict could
There
do.
we go.
At the end of the
I fought a
day,
good
you
fight.
gave it your all.
I fought to my last breath.
And I lost.
And that's how I feel, man. These guys
Damn,
keep
nah,
trying to
man.
silence me.
Nah, we gotta
They're
win.
trying to
fam.
silence me.
We gotta win.
But as far as where you can find me, of course, Infinite Umbra or Umbra Infinite on Twitter or Blue Sky, whatever you want to find me at. And the fix, like Riskit mentioned on
except
Thursdays.
a camera.
Hey now. Hey. But on Thursdays at 8 o'clock Eastern, the fix for myself with Daniel J. McGee. Attic, we got to try to get you on there one day, brother, if you wouldn't mind. I don't know. One day. Maybe you can argue with us.
People for some reason felt like I'm like unapproachable.
Yeah.
Not really. I don't respond to people.
That's probably why they
and a lot of it.
He
A
was
lot of it
mad
because
cool in LA, man. When I saw you, dude, I think people just kind of they see you quiet and they get this idea that they think they know what your personality type is. But you was mad chill in LA.
Yeah, a lot of it is they put these like anyone that doesn't follow you and like the request thing now. And I rarely go to that thing. Like it just sits up there. And sometimes, and the people, they don't get a hold of me on there. Then they send me a message on Xbox Live, and I don't even check that. I don't even check that less than I check that. So it's just like the best way to get a hold of me if I don't follow you is literally just tweet me, like because I will see that. I don't look at my messages like that. I just don't.
Hey, it is what it is. Really, that's it for me. On Tuesdays, I'm on Xbox Factor with Boom and the cast as well. So it's at 12 o'clock Eastern. And yeah,
Shout out to Boom.
Great discussion, y'all.
Fantastic discussion. Great discussion. Dante, let people know where they can find you.
Catch me at your mom's house. No, joking. Salutations, yo. What's up? Catch me here. Catch me here on Fridays, yo. Here at the Infinite, yo. Shout out to the people who came in for us. Doc Dark, funny as hell. And then, hey, Addict, thank you for coming in, bro.
Appreciate it.
Love the fact that we get to get these nice, good debates because I think it makes the show really, really fun. Shout out to Holly. How you doing, Holly? What
Hey.
you doing? Hey, no. Hey, buddy, you guys can catch me on socials, Dante J. Moody on the X, Twitter, or whatever, and then the other platform. I'm on all the other socials underneath the same name, Dante J. Moody. And we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Absolutely. And just a message from Doc Dark. Tell them where they can find me too, damn it. Yeah, absolutely. You can find Doc Dark on his channel on YouTube. Those links will be down in the description. The ILP Addict's channel, Doc Dark's channel, Umbra's channel. It's all in the links. Head down in the description. Find those links. I'll have them up in the next couple of hours. I got some serious shit I got to deal with. Everyone in the chat, you're absolutely amazing. Addict, thank you for coming through. Doc Dark, fucking can't believe you switched on us, man. What the fuck is that shit? But we love you.
Here in about
back.
2 months.
No.
Here in about 2 months, he's gonna start blocking people on Twitter.
That's right. That's right, Amy. Anyway, we'll see you all next week. Shout out to everyone. Thank you for coming through. Have a great week.